What is going on? Welcome to this late night stream. Today I'm going to be answering your mobile creator questions, mobile YouTuber questions, app questions, video editing questions, whatever questions that you do have. Please head down to the description, drop your question in the form that I have down there. You got a thing that says ask a question, click on that link. Please do that to make sure that I can get to your question. And it is first come, first serve. And we won't be going through all of them. So if you have a question, run down there right now and make that happen. And before we get started, I'm going to say today's stream is brought to you by TubeBuddy, #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. And as always, I know you already have it, but in case you don't, there's also a link down in the description below to that. So what's going on? I see Into the Sarlacc is here. How's it going? I see Susie. How you doing? Hope you were doing well. I see Consult a Blind Guy. How's it going? Looks like the gang is all here. Titastic says, when are you coming back? In reference to when am I coming back to Thailand? I have no idea. No idea when I'm coming back to Thailand. You know how it works, man. Everything is shut down. Stuff shut down in Mexico. I can't even make my flight from the US into Thailand. Here I am. I have no idea. So I hope you are doing well. So how's everybody doing? Hey, the Artist Haven, how you doing? And so I'm in a new spot here. I'm in a new location. And this room has a bit of an echo to it. So if it sounds kind of weird, I do apologize for that. I'm working with what I have. The fat guy says, I love the Mexican theme. Yeah, you know, I thought it was appropriate. I was like, you know what? I'm doing my other music and it just didn't fit right. So I thought I would get a little local vibe going to it. So I whipped this up before I went live today. Had a little fun with it. Hey, All Things Now, how you doing? Hope you are doing well. Tyreek Tutorials, I'm doing great, man. How you doing? I got out today. So here's a funny story. So we are, oh, Monica, I accidentally clicked on that. My channel is about kidney wellness, very niche topic. Yes, it is a very niche topic. So I went out today. We're a couple of blocks from the ocean. And we went out to get water today. You know, we buy these enormous jugs of these big things of water. And we went out to get water and we said, okay, we're gonna go around and walk along the beach and watch the sunset as we go get water. Well, it's a very strict quarantine here. The police are on top of it. And the police came and kind of ran it down on us a little bit. And they wanted to know where we were going. They actually took our pictures. Little group of police kind of swarmed on us. So that was the highlight of today. So I hope none of you guys had any issues today. Yeah, that was our day. Okay. Oh, here you go. I love this. See, you're going for it. I'm going to be big soon. Yeah, you are. Just do the work, right? If you can find the right audience and you put in the right amount of work and you're making videos that people are going to respond to, it's just a matter of time and effort. Wow. Yeah. So that was my day. That was my day. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the questions because I still have a bunch from, well, not a bunch, but I have a handful from last week that we're going to power through. And I'm going to try to keep these answers as short as possible because, you know me, I have a tendency to kind of meander on and drag things out. But because these are piling up fast already, I want to power through these to make sure I get all of your questions answered. First one comes from Life with K, who says, how do I get the category things at the top? Home, channel, uploads, etc. I'm not sure what you're talking about right there. If you want to send me a tweet and send me a screenshot of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, then I can help you work that out privately. But I need to visually see what's going on there. Pro Gamer Tanish says, how to gain more views and subscribers. First thing I want you to do is forget about subscribers. I know that's hard, and I know everybody loves subscribers. Everybody loves hitting those milestones. I love hitting the milestones. I love it. I love ticking off those boxes because it lets you know that you're moving forward. But what I want you to focus on beyond subscribers, because if you do these things, subscribers are going to come. I want you to focus on learning how to hold a viewer's attention. That means trying to get a good audience or trying to get a good average view duration, good audience retention, right? If you go look at your audience retention report, you're going to see that graph where people are starting to fall off and lose interest in your videos. I want you to focus on making that video to where people watch your videos longer. I also want you to focus on making thumbnails to have a higher click-through rate. So let's say you're getting 4%, double that. Focus and study other thumbnails, trial and error, and build your skills up, double whatever your CTR is. So if you focus on getting a better CTR, if you focus on getting people to watch your videos longer, that means more people are going to end up seeing your videos, and the subscribers and the views are going to come. It starts there. So if you're just saying, I need subscribers, I need views, you got to strip all that away and say, okay, how do I technically get them? You need people to watch your videos longer that are currently watching. If you only have 10 people watching your video, that's great. That's 10 people, but you still need those 10 people to watch your video as long as possible. Even those 10 people, even though that doesn't seem like a large number to you, those 10 people are giving signals to YouTube that says people are interested in this video or they're not interested in this video. So if you're finding that you're getting stuck, man, I can't break past my 30 views, or I can't break past my 100 views, it's because the signals that are being given to YouTube already are that of, it's not the best video. Those 100 people aren't really watching it very long, and the thumbnail's not getting a good click-through rate. Focus on that. You get that into place, everything else is gonna happen for you. Next question comes from Fresh Modi TV, who says, I don't have the same TubeBuddy features on my tablet. Okay, so yes, the app is completely different than the desktop version. If you have access to a computer, get TubeBuddy on your computer. Get it on your phone only if you only have a phone. If all you have is this, you don't have anything else, put it on your phone. But if you have a computer, put it on your computer. They have a lot more features on the computer side, on the desktop version, than they do on an app. However, that is changing. I know there's updates coming. Question from Baggy TV says, thank you for your time. Hey, man, thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it. Next one is from Tyreek Tutorials, who says, hey, D, how's it going? Having an awesome evening. How can I put an introduction into my live stream using StreamYard? Like start stream soon. Okay, so as you can see, I did that starting here. Right now, I'm live streaming with StreamYard, and I started the entire show with my little intro thing. For those of you who missed it, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, so don't click off, but I am going to show you. You know what? I wonder if I can share this screen. Yeah, I think I can. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I got to prepare you for the inception madness that's about to happen. This live screen, as soon as I share my screen, this part with the camera is going to get crazy. It's going to go loopy, loopy, loopy. But what I want you to look at is over here on the overlay images, and we're going to keep this really short and sweet. So don't click off, because this is important. Because if you want to put an intro, or you want to put an outro, or a be right back, or anything like that, you can do that in StreamYard, and this is how. So let me show you how to do that. Application window, StreamYard. One second here. So let me find the right one. Chrome tab. I don't think I can. Hold on here. Application window. Yeah, we're going to roll with this. Okay, here we go. Right, here's the weird thing I was talking about in the middle. What I want you to do is come in over here to brand, over here on the side, and then with overlay, if you hover over, it says that you can add videos. Recommended size is 1280 by 720. The max video length is 5 minutes. And then, of course, they have a size restriction as well. So what I did is I uploaded a short clip here to start the stream and a short clip here to end the screen or the stream. And it plays it. You just have to make sure that it's under 5 minutes and it's under 100 megabytes, and you're good to go. And I'm curious, for those of you in the chat right now, what are you streaming with? For those of you who are live streaming, doesn't matter if you're doing it with your phone or your iPad or your computer, doesn't matter. Just tell me what you're using to live stream with. Let's go ahead. If it's StreamYard, if it's Prism Live Studio, if it's vMix, tell me what you're streaming with. Doug Hewson in the house. How's it going, Doug? Hope you are doing well. Somebody just said something here. Okay, I'm going to grab this one. How to live stream under 1,000 subscribers. Step one, and by the way, I had videos on this, so head over to my channel, tap on the video tab, and just find any live streaming video that I have. You have to verify your channel first. YouTube.com/verify. Once you verify your channel, it takes 24 hours. Then you can live stream on a computer, or you can live stream on a phone using a third-party app like Prism Live Studio, or you could use StreamYard even if you're doing that from a browser. You can use Streamlabs Mobile. You can use DU Recorder or Switcher Studio, whatever you want, but you have to verify first. Good day, Doug Hewson. Good day. So Tariq is using StreamYard. Awesome. Awesome. Omelet Arcade. I need to do a video on that. I get a lot of requests for Omelet Arcade. It's been on my to-do list for a very long time. And I know Doug Hewson, he's on, wow, man, why did this? Valorant? No idea. Never heard of it. Ecamm and StreamYard. Yeah, if you're on a Mac, you can go with Ecamm. Where was StreamYard? StreamYard and learning vMix. It's a hard learning curve. Yeah, so here's the thing about vMix. vMix is probably the most pro-level streaming platform that you can use. Absolutely pro. It is incredibly powerful, but it comes with a steep learning curve. So if you can learn it and you do need professional features, you can do that with vMix. And it's more stable than the others. Streamlabs crashes a lot. OBS crashes a lot. vMix, of course, you know, you're going to have issues here and there, but it's overall solid. I enjoyed your StreamYard interview the other day with Ross Brand. Yeah, Ross Brand is amazing. I was excited to come on. I really love what StreamYard is doing. I love the features that it has. I was actually surprised when Ross was like, hey, do you want to come on the StreamYard channel? I'm like, yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. All right, so I'm going to hop back to the form here and read a couple more of these. Next quote. Wow, these questions are pouring in. Thank you. Sardras is your name. What's the easiest way to gain subscribers? I already covered that one. Again, stop focusing on subscribers. Start focusing on getting people to watch your videos longer. I don't care if you have 5 viewers or you have 5,000 viewers. The principle is the same. But let's just say you're just getting started and you have 5 viewers. Here's what happens when you make a video. Even if you're starting at 0, here's what happens. You publish a video. Immediately, the second you go live, YouTube starts collecting data on that video. How are people clicking on the thumbnail, right? Because believe it or not, they show it to people. Even if you're starting at 0, they're going to show it to somebody, even if that somebody's 5 people. And immediately, they're going to start collecting that data. Are people clicking on this thumbnail? Out of the people we've shown this to, which is impressions, you've heard of impressions before, that's how many people they show your thumbnail to. Out of those impressions, out of those people, how many people click on that? The higher that is, the better. And then once they click in, they're going to say, okay, are people watching this video? How long are they watching this video? And if people are leaving right away or they're not watching your video very long, what happens is that's telling YouTube people are not interested in your video, and then your video just kind of dies down. And I know getting started, that's the hardest part because you haven't built the skill yet of learning how to keep people on longer. You haven't built the skill yet of making thumbnails that make people want to click. So you want to focus on getting the highest possible click-through rate on your videos. And you want to focus on getting people to watch your videos as long as possible. And if you can, get them to watch even another video of yours. You do that, then you're not going to have a problem with subscribers. Subscribers are going to fall in line. Right? A lot of people want subscribers before they understand how the other things work. So make sure you do the right thing. Attractive Fires asks, hey, D, I make videos like you. You don't make videos like nobody. I'm just playing. I make videos like you, and I was wondering how to make my comments stop being disabled forever. If your comments are disabled, I would have to ask if you have marked your channel or your videos for kids. Go through all of your videos, look at it on a channel level, and see if anything is marked for children. This is in regards to COPPA. If COPPA is, because of COPPA, if YouTube has marked your content for kids, or if you accidentally marked it, or you panicked and you marked it for kids, your comments are disabled. But you can fix that. But you first need to check to see if you are marked for kids or not. Next question, Into the Sarlacc. How's it going, man? Hey, D, I recently reached 1,000 subscribers. Awesome, man. And I want to start doing live streams. Every time I do a live stream, I get a notification saying my account doesn't meet qualifications. I already verified my account, and I still can't stream. Any suggestions? Yeah, it's okay. So first question is, how long ago did you verify? That takes 24 hours. And then once you actually try to live, so if you just did this, say, a couple days ago, if you hit this a couple days ago, you verified, usually, well, in the past, it was, 24 hours you can get up and running live streaming. However, now, I'm probably because YouTube is all working from home, there's a bit of a delay. I've heard of some people having to wait 2 and 3 weeks after they've hit that 1,000 subscriber mark before they can actually go live. So if you have been verified, if you've hit your 1,000 subscribers, just wait it out. It's coming. I know a lot of people are having the same problem. There's just a delay. Everybody at YouTube is working from home right now. Next question comes from Caleb Bowie, who says, what cheap setup to make videos can you recommend? Cameras, editing software, etc. Well, obviously, I'm going to tell you the cheapest thing to use is your phone. I'm live streaming right now with my phone. This camera is my iPhone, and I have it tethered in via USB, and I'm using an app called IV Cam. I'm running it into a laptop, and I'm pulling it into StreamYard. So right out of the gate, you have an awesome camera, which is the phone you have in your pocket. That's going to be the cheapest. In terms of video editing, if you need something free, no watermark. If you're on an Android, look at VN or look at VLLO. If you're on the iOS, look at iMovie or look at VideoLeap. That's going to be the most budget friendly. Of course, you also have VN and VLLO on iOS as well. That's the cheapest. That's the absolute cheapest for video editing. For making your thumbnails, you could use Snapseed. It's free. You could use the free version of PixArt. But with PixArt, when they start popping up the ads, just close. I've never paid for PixArt. Never had to. I just close the ads down. You can also use Placeit.net or you can use Canva.com. Canva also has an app. Free. So, and hey, Sweeney, how you doing, man? So in terms of budget, that's about as budget as you're going to get. You don't need a DSLR. I mean, look, you can upgrade to a DSLR when you want to, but in terms of getting started, grab your phone. Phones love light, though. The more light you can have, because phones have teeny weeny little sensors inside of the phone, and they need a lot of light to look good. That's why when you see people vlogging outside with a phone, it looks amazing. The colors are there. Everything's so vibrant because the light is just blasting into that tiny sensor. But then you have a room like this. There's 3 little lights in here. There's a light in the kitchen, a light here, and a light behind me. That's it. So it's a little bit grainy. It's a little bit dark. Phones love light. They love the light. Next question, consult a blind guy who says, should we keep raw footage or just finished videos? That's a great question. Should you keep your raw footage or should you just keep the final video? So I'm curious, for those of you who are in the chat, do you keep your footage? That means you shoot the footage, you have the raw footage, you have all the clips. Do you keep it after you edit and after you publish, or do you delete it and throw it away and start new? I keep everything. I'm a digital hoarder. I have boxes so I've worked in video production for 20 years. I have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of various media tapes of all sorts of different sizes that have come and gone over the past 20 years. I don't even know how many hard drives I have that's full of digital video. I archive it. I'm a digital hoarder. I'm going to say it. How's it? Hi, my name's Dean Nimmin. I'm a digital hoarder. Hey, Beanie, how's it going, man? How's it going? So, and here's why I keep it. 1, I'm a digital hoarder. 2, like that old stuff, I'm never going to use that again. However, 10 years from now, you don't know. I might be able to go back and cherry pick things to pull out some sort of a retro vibe, or I don't know. But for things that I've shot, in 4K or 1080p, things that are more relevant to what's happening today, I keep that because you don't know when you're going to repurpose it. I was just thinking today, G. Michael Jr., that's what I'm getting ready to say. I was just today, I was thinking about, I have I'm traveling with a laptop and an external hard drive right now, my iPad and a couple of phones. I've got a ton of footage with me, maybe 20 videos worth. And I was just thinking today, because I'm just stuck at home for the most part, I should re-render all of those videos, but then change the ending of the video, take away the, if you want to learn more about video editing, tap on one of the videos right here. Thanks for subscribing. Get rid of that and add a new ending to it that I can use for IGTV or something I can put on LinkedIn or something that I can put on Facebook, right? Multi-purpose the content. Of course, I would have to go through, I would have to remove any things that, little things that come on and say subscribe to the channel, because subscribe doesn't work with a social media platform where you have to follow, right? Or leave a comment. Well, what if it doesn't have comments, right? So I build everything up in layers so I can remove those if I need. I was just thinking about that today. So that's the purpose in keeping footage, is that you can add those videos elsewhere by changing a couple of elements. Once I go full-time on YouTube, I will start saving everything. Right now, I simply don't have the time. Yeah, in storage. Hey, and Herbivore, how you doing, my man? Hope you are doing well. You're looking fit in that picture. Wow. Digital, storage, hard drives are so cheap. They're so cheap. And if you're putting your content out on multiple platforms, why not keep it? And you don't know what new platform's right around the corner. Right now, it's YouTube. It's Facebook. It's LinkedIn, it's IGTV, right? Whatever platforms that everybody's going to right now, we don't know what's going to come around the corner. Everybody's locked in right now. And there's some brilliant people sitting around trying to think of the new thing, right? What can we do? What social media platform can we create? 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, there could be something pop up, and a lot of your content is still relevant, especially if you're doing, do-it-yourself type content or health and wellness or things that are going to be around for quite some time. You can just re-edit that, change the ending, take off your YouTube, graphics on it, and boom, you can upload to a new platform. So that's why. That is why. All right, next question. All right, I answered that one. Okay, Baggy TV says, how do you deal with comment trolls? Do you block them or do you ignore them? If they're a troll, if they're just coming there to if they're just coming to give me a hard time, I'm trying to keep this PG. If they're just coming, if they're there giving me a hard time, or they're giving someone in the community a hard time, on a regular basis, I just hide them from the channel. I rarely say anything. I'll just select them and I'll hide from the channel. Every now and then, depending on the mood that I'm in, every now and then I'll light into them. I'll just light into them and just rip them to shreds. And I'll leave it up for a day. So I make sure that, and I heart it so I know they see it. I rip them to pieces, and then I leave it up for a day so they can see it, and then I'll hide them from the channel. That's a very immature thing to do, but sometimes I'm in one of those moods. Sometimes you just want to watch the world burn, right? When I'm in that mood, yeah, I'll eat them alive. 99.9% of the time, I just hide them from the channel. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for negativity in the comments. Just be gone. And anyone who's leaving negative comments and trolling, you don't want them to be part of your channel anyway. Even if you're just getting started, and I know let's say you're getting started and you've got 30 subscribers, that's a big deal, right? You want to cherish all those 30 subscribers. You don't want to scare anyone off of your channel, but you also don't want that toxic behavior to come in, because once you allow that to happen, toxic people breed other toxic people. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, I hide them from the channel 99.9% of the time. Modern Day Tech, how's it going, man? Do you think Final Cut Pro will come to the iPad? I believe I read that it's going to. I believe the iPad Pro is going to get Final Cut Pro. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. And that's where things are going to get interesting, because right now LumaFusion dominates iPad video editing. So if you have an iPad, one of the newer iPads, and you're doing your video editing on your iPad, LumaFusion is like $20. $20, they dominate for video editing on an iPad. But when they come out with Final Cut Pro, whoo, but I love it. It's more options. It's more options for creators. And in terms of workflow, it's like what Adobe Rush did, right? If you have Adobe Rush or you have Premiere on your desktop and you use it on your phone, you can or your iPad, you can just send it back and forth. You can start a project on your phone while you're sitting in an Uber or wherever you're at in an airport, and then you can just use the cloud and transfer it over to your computer and pick that up later. So my guess is Final Cut Pro will do something like that. And that's exciting. Next question from Caleb Bowie again, who says, what's the cheapest YouTube setup you would recommend? I answered that. The phone you have in your pocket, that's going to be the cheapest thing to get started. That's what my whole channel is about. My entire channel is built around getting you started on YouTube with your phone. How to shoot the video, how to edit your video. Here's the apps you need for your video editing. Here's the apps you need for thumbnail creation. Here's some tips and tricks to make your photos look even cooler, right? Start with your phone. And when you see that your YouTube channel is going to make money, when you see that you know, like, wow, people are responding to what it is that I'm making, then go out and buy the gear. Go out and upgrade at that time. Beanie says LumaFusion is about the only editing app that lets you animate. There you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. I get asked this. I get asked multiple times, probably 10, 15, 20 times a day, what's the best free video editing apps on Android without a watermark? And there you go. VN and Villo are going to be the best for Android, no watermark. Thank you. I'm so new, it took me a minute to find out how to submit the questions. Glad I'm here on the menu, Cooking with Roger and Gabby. Hey, thanks for hanging out. This is your first time in the stream. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best to get to all of the questions, and here's how it works. I usually stream every Sunday. We went to the grocery store on Sunday, and you had to wipe. You know, everybody has to deal with this right now. I had to wipe everything down, and it just took hours, and I was exhausted. And yesterday we had some stuff to do. But usually it's on Sunday. So if I don't get to your question today, because there will come a point where I can't answer any more questions because it'll be too late, then I will start the next stream on Sunday with those questions. I'll let somebody in the chat handle that one. Next question comes from G. Michael Jr. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, he says. Question: if I want to make multiple channels, is it okay to create them all with one account, or should they be separate accounts? In terms of like an email, you're going to need different emails for each account, I believe, unless they change that. So here's the thing with YouTube. You're going to need a Gmail account. I think it's a good idea to have, and I believe you have to anyway, have different Gmail accounts for each of your YouTube accounts. And it's probably also a good idea to not have your business account the same as the account that you use to set up the channel. So that's just a little extra security thing there. Yeah, but just, create different Gmail accounts and run with it. And here's something that a lot of people don't know who are just starting out. And if you're having issues with copyright strikes, if YouTube terminates your channel, so if you get 3 copyright strikes within a 90-day period, YouTube terminates your channel. They can also terminate any other channel you own. When you violate their terms and they terminate your channel, you're gone from the platform. So if you have one channel with, say, 500 subscribers and you got 3 strikes within the 90-day period, if they connect all of your other channels, which they can if they look for it, they can terminate those as well. So be careful if you're getting copyright strikes. Not claims, copyright claims, ID claims don't hurt your channel. Copyright strikes do. Next question comes from Gaming Time, who says, can you watch my latest video on stream? Nope, I don't do that. I do that for channel members. If you're a channel member and we do a channel member live stream, I will watch your videos, but I do not pull up videos to watch during this live stream. Copyright issues, right? Because if I watched your video here, I don't know who you are, and I show it here, you can come back and you can give me a copyright strike or a copyright claim for putting your video on my channel, so I don't do that. Next question comes from Film Nerd Productions, who says, what do you do if you get burned out? That's a great question. For those of you in the chat, who's been burned out before? Who gets burned out? I get burned out. I get burned out. I'm going to take this off here. What's my name? I hope somebody answered that in the chat. Hold on. I'm going to go back. Hey, Farouk Pro, one time, or one question at a time, my man. How do I get rid of this? How do you submit a question? Okay. Down in the description, I have a link to a form. You're going to have to go down and read past a couple of things, and then it says ask a question. Tap on that link. It's going to open a form, drop your information in the form, and it is first come, first serve. So, and if I'm not seeing your question in the chat right now, the chat's just blowing past me here. I'm trying to see everybody I can, but of course I can't. Okay, yeah. So wow. So you haven't burned out, not yet. So if you burn out, I mean, just take a break. Take a break. YouTube is going to be here when you get out, when you get finished, when you get your head right. Like most things that people do, if you do it too much, if you're stressing out, too much about it, and this is the problem with YouTube, and you can tell by the questions here. People will say, "How do I get more subscribers? How do I get more views? How do I grow my channel? How do I?" You get so analysis paralysis, right? You get so caught up in the numbers, right? You upload a video and not very many people watch it, and it's just like, oh, that just hurts my soul. Why should I keep making videos if nobody's watching my videos? Right? I know a lot of people go through this. I get disappointed sometimes when I upload a video and it just doesn't do well. It's like, oh man, I missed the mark on that one. I didn't connect with an audience, and it sucks. But if you're at that state where you're uploading and people aren't connecting with what it is that you're making, and you're like, I did all of this work, I put in so much work, I focused so hard to make this video, and 30 people watched it. That's not enough. If you're thinking that way, you're going to burn yourself out because you're chasing the number instead of enjoying the process of making the videos. So when I burn out, and I've burned out a couple of times, I just take a break. I take a break. And I got to do other things that I like. Obviously I can't do it right now because of the quarantine, but generally I go see a movie, or I'll go see a movie every day, or I just hang out with my girlfriend and we watch Netflix, or I just do things. If I'm back in Thailand, I go out on my moped, my scooter, and I'll just drive around and just kind of rethink about things that I want to do. And I just kind of refocus my brain. It might take a day, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, it might take 3 weeks. Point is, I just take a break. Now, here's the downside of growing your YouTube channel. If you start working with brands, if you start getting sponsored video deals, when you get to the point where you start working with companies and you're writing and you have contracts with those companies to make X amount of videos within an X amount of time, you can't take a break. If you're burned out, that's tough because you've got a deadline to meet. This is where things start getting a little bit frustrating, because when you burn out, but you're contracted to make 3 or 4 more videos in the next 2 weeks, but you're completely burned out and you still have to make those videos, that's tough. And that's where discipline has to come in. That's where you have to just rely on discipline and say, okay, I'm burned out. I don't want to do these, but I have to do these. And then you do them. So take a break if you can take a break. If you can't take a break, then you have to rely on discipline. Yep, that's right. No, D will not look at your channel. Yes, we're not doing channel reviews today. That's not what we're doing. Not what we're doing. But yeah, man, I got burned out. I burned out for about a week. I mean, I burned out a couple of times, a couple of days here, a couple of days there. Last month, I had maybe 5 or 6 days. I was just scorched. Just completely scorched. I think it was just the stress of everything that's happening in the world. We're trapped in Mexico. We can't travel. I can't get back to my home in Thailand. I'm separated. One half of my family is in America. The other half is in Thailand. Just normal stressful stuff. And I got burned out, but I had obligations. I just dug deep. The poets, thank you. If you get burned out, try being creative on another platform for a little bit. The new platform guidelines may bring out new creative energy for you. That's excellent, excellent advice. One thing that I used to do if I would get burned out when I'm back home in Thailand is we have a live streaming studio it's where we do Niman Live every Saturday. And it's where I do my videos, my set normally in my live streams. But I also have an area there where I tinker. I build cosplay costumes. Some of you know I like to build Star Wars costumes. So whenever I would burn out, I would just say, okay, I'm taking a break. I would go see a movie, or I would spend days just tinkering with building costumes, even if it wasn't something that I was going to use, I would just go over there and just start tinkering and just start making stuff. And I would just start using my brain in other creative ways. And that's right on par with what the poet says. Like if you just start uploading to a different platform, it's going to it's going to cause you to think differently than what you have to do with YouTube. So just start using your brain in a different creative way. We still appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Doug says he digs deep. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to dig deep. And it can be tough. It can be really tough. All right, next question. Kevin is the best YouTuber. How can I get stock videos without getting a copyright strike on YouTube? P.S. I love your videos. You have to find sources that allow you to have free videos. So Nick and I actually have a channel that, hey, Playing with Michelle, how's it going? So Nick and I have a channel. Well, let me see if I can find it. And we stopped uploading, and I'm going to tell you why. So hold on here. Let me find the link here. So the channel name is called Free Stock Vids. Free Stock Vids. I'm putting this in the, there it is, that link right there. So we uploaded a handful of videos, copyright free. Make sure you go into the description of the videos to make sure, you know, because you're going to have to give credit and that sort of thing. But, you know, we're not going to give you a copyright claim or a copyright strike. So we were uploading these free clips to people for people to use. And YouTube gave us a community guidelines strike on the channel. They said we were using duplicate content. We shot every single clip on this channel, every single one of them. But YouTube says we were using duplicate content, which wasn't true. So we had a community guidelines strike. So we thought, you know what, if we're going to have problems with this, we're going to stop uploading to it. Just recently, because Mr. Beast, I'm sure some of you know Mr. Beast, he recently used one of our clips, which was kind of cool to have Mr. Beast use one of our clips. But when we saw that he used one, we thought, you know, maybe we should start uploading to that again. And if we get a copyright or if we have a community guidelines strike, then we just get a community guidelines strike. We'll deal with it. But, you know, that's the thing. It's hard to put, it's one thing to put in work and not get views. It's another thing to put in work and YouTube incorrectly nailing your channel with things that aren't true. And, you know, if you have a community guidelines strike from YouTube, it's nearly impossible to actually get a human being to look at your channel to undo that. All right, next question. Next question comes from, all right, questions off. Next question comes from the artist Haven. I have a video that is driving views to my channel, but it's not perfectly aligned to my niche. Welcome to the club. I've been told to unlist it, but I'm hesitant. What exactly would unlisting it do to my momentum other than dropping my views and watch time? Would it help bring more views to my other videos and live streams? I'm so confused. Tish, how can you say in the chat, how different is it? I know that you have an art channel. How different is the actual video? Is it even somewhat related? So here's what happens to me. That's right, into the Sarlacc. Because we're Niminati clan. Yeah, so anyone that you see who is green, that is because they are a channel member. They've joined the channel membership. We do members only live streams and that sort of thing. So that's why you see people in green. Video guru. I have not, Steve. My top performing video is how to turn on dark mode on Android for YouTube. 1.2 million views, right? How, you know what, here, I'll just, let me come in here and just sort these here. This is fun. This is fun. I'll share my mistakes with you. So hold on one second. So let me share my screen. Chrome tab. All right. So we're going to go look at my channel here. All right. So this is my channel and I'm going to go to videos. Then I'm going to sort by most popular. And I'm going to show you some of the mistakes that I made. And I'm okay with it, but it's just, you know. So my top video, how to enable dark mode YouTube Android, 1.2 million views a year ago. Okay, 1.2 million views a year ago. Now on the surface, you're probably thinking 1.2 million views, that's amazing. It is. I got the watch time, I got the views, But here's the thing. My channel is to help mobile content creators. My channel is to help mobile YouTubers. My channel is to help people who are wanting to post content on other platforms. My channel is not for the general public to learn about how to use the YouTube app. Maybe I should add that to my channel. I don't know, but here's what happened. As soon as this video exploded out of the gate, I brought in a whole new group of people who were not content creators. They're not YouTubers, they're not content creators, they're not posting content somewhere. They only wanted to turn YouTube to dark mode as a viewer. So now I have all of these subscribers, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers that this video brought in, and they're not interested in anything else that I do unless it's another video that has to do with like how to turn on dark mode on Instagram. That one did really well too. It didn't do as well as that one did. Hold on here. Let me get to my, what's going on? There it is. So if you look through, so the top one here, dark mode on YouTube Android. Now, screen recorders, that brings in a whole new group of people too. It looks for mostly gamers who are looking for screen recording. Now, I love to help gamers. And if you're a gamer in the chat right now, sound off and say that you're a gamer. And I love to help mobile gamers, but my channel is not about mobile gamers, right? I'll teach you how to make a thumbnail for your gaming videos. I'll teach you some odds and ends, but I'm not primarily a gaming channel. How to make YouTube channel art? Yep, it works. Screen recording, it's the same group as this one. So I have two videos right here on top that are targeting a demographic that my channel is not necessarily about. And then you come down here at the bottom, there's another one, record your screen with sound, more screen recorders, then more dark mode Instagram, right? So I have these videos that's bringing in people that's not necessarily interested in the other content that I make, right? Now these others are peppered in here, you know, video editors, perfect, YouTube thumbnails, perfect, Snapseed, perfect, live streaming, perfect. All of that stuff matches, but some of the top videos, they just don't match. It's unfortunate, but I left them there. I left them there. It's part of the journey. And I did bring some people in on that. I got tons of watch time, tons of channel authority from that. And I know if I make similar videos, those are going to do well too. I've considered loosening up a little bit and saying, okay, I'm going to make videos mostly for creators, but I'm also going to start peppering in more average user as well. But by doing that, I segment my audience. Every time I segment my audience, I slow my growth. I have 95,000 subscribers as of today, but I would probably have 200,000 if I would have never segmented my audience between non-creators and creators. And I segmented my audience once again between Android and iPhone. So if I would have started my channel and said, my channel is 100% for iPhone creators, I could have exploded my channel. I could have just, I'd probably have double the channel size that I do now. But I've segmented my channel multiple times because it's not only iPhone and Android, right? Some people are just mobile filmmakers. Some people just want to learn how to use their video cameras so they can use it for Facebook or they can use it for other platforms. So I have Android, I have iPhone, I have Android YouTubers, iPhone YouTubers. I have people who just want to turn on dark mode. I segmented my audience all these different ways, and that's definitely slowed my channel growth. So to answer your question, hey, Suburban Beard, how you doing? To answer your question, if the video has any similarities at all to art or what it is you're doing in your channel, I would leave it. Or just leave it in general. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward because you never know. Some of those people might end up being interested in what you're doing. Maybe, and again, I don't know the topic on what you're doing here. And I'm going to look through this chat really fast here to see if you've answered. Hold on here. But here it is. It's my rice in a crock pot video. It was one of my first videos, and I talk about feeding your artist in it. In the art community I'm building, but the content is way off. Honestly, I would leave it. I would leave it, and I would think about, is it possible to build a bridge, a content bridge between where you are now and where those people are coming in? Maybe you can make a couple of videos for people who want to start doing what it is that you're doing. So somebody's just like, hey, I would love to learn how to draw. I don't know exactly what kind of art, the scope of it, but whichever type of art is the most popular on your channel, maybe make some videos to bridge that gap and target those people who might be interested, who they came on this other video, but maybe they're interested in learning how to make some sort of art. And you do a playlist full of very basic beginner type tutorials. Maybe you can pull some of them over and make them regular people in your community. So that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. All right, next question here. From Cy Craze, who says, how do I get more views? You get more views by choosing the right topics. You need to find topics that people are interested in. You need thumbnails that get clicked on. So if your thumbnails aren't on point, people they're not going to click on them. So good topics, great thumbnails, great videos. I know you've heard this a million times, but it is that simple. When you have good topics where people are looking for those topics, or it's just a compelling topic, something that people want to see, and you have a hot thumbnail that people want to click, you have a topic that people want to, you have a topic that people, someone that they're interested in. I'm interested in this topic. Here's a thumbnail I have to click on. Here's a video I have to watch to the end. If you nail those, you're going to get views, you're going to get subscribers, your channel is going to grow. That's how it works. But it starts with finding the right topics. It starts with knowing who your audience is. What audience are you trying to serve? How can you communicate to them? Next question comes from Nat Cracker Chase. Can I get a shout out? Nope, you cannot. Shout outs, you're not getting anything from a shout out. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to, here, watch. Hold on. Can I get a shout out? Where are you at? The Cracker Chase. Cracker Chase, man, are you still in here? Here we go. Cracker Chase, man, I just want to give you a huge shout out. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for asking a question. The Cracker Chase, huge props. Everybody in the chat right now, go follow Cracker Chase. No idea what kind of content they make. No idea, but go follow the Cracker Chase. Now, Cracker Chase, you got your shout out. Now, here's what I want you to do. Go look at your channel, and you're going to see that that didn't move the needle. All right, unless you're getting a shout out from somebody huge, millions of subscribers, it really doesn't matter. And even then, let's say you got a shout out from an enormous channel, just because they liked a video of yours or you're just a regular part of the community. Shout outs don't work unless you have the content to back it up. When PewDiePie gives somebody a shout out, people will flood over to that channel and check it out because he told them to. But unless you've got the content to continually back it up, to hold the interest of the people that came over there, they're all going to bounce. And I bet they're not even in the stream anymore, which makes it even funnier. That makes it even like that much funnier. The Cracker Chase probably left the stream. All right, next question. Cool Dog Lover asks, how do I get my videos recommended? That's here's what you do. The last Wednesday of next month, I know it's a long time away, I'm going to do a live stream with Daniel Battelle on the TubeBuddy channel, and we're going to be talking about this sort of thing. We also talked about this sort of thing on the last live stream. So if you go over to the TubeBuddy channel, we have a 45-minute live stream where we talked about ways to surface your videos, get them recommended, that sort of thing. So head over to the TubeBuddy channel, watch that live stream because that's a long conversation, and we talk about ways that you can do that. Because I want to. That's a long conversation, and I want to get to as many of these questions as possible today. That fat guy says, "How do you sort out and store unused footage? I've got Dropbox, but it's quickly filling up. Do you bother keeping your raw files?" Yeah, so we kind of mentioned this earlier in terms of keeping the content. I keep all of. You know what? What do I have here? I have tons of external hard drives, tons and tons and tons of external hard drives, and they're cheap. They're getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. What I do is I keep everything in a folder, right? Inside of a folder, I have another folder for raw files, another folder for any screen grabs that I've taken, another folder for any thumbnails or ideas that I have, a text file. I have folders for everything inside of one folder. So I will take that folder. So because my this particular content is going under the DNIM and YouTube channel. So on that hard drive, I'll have, YouTube DNIM it. or I actually will start off with YouTube. And then inside of that, I'll have D Nimmin. Inside of that, then I'll have all the titles, whatever those titles were called for the videos, I have them all broken down that way. Now, I've seen some people go even further and break them down by year, break them down by month, and just drop them in that way, and then put them on an external hard drive. And what I do is when I buy hard drives, I buy pairs of hard drives. So if I have one, I put everything on there, and then I back it up to another, and then I'll take that other one and I keep it somewhere else. So I might keep one at the studio, and I might keep one at home in case the studio burnt down. I still have a copy of my footage. So 2 hard drives, or I had tons of hard drives, but two different hard drives, and I separate the footage. I don't use Dropbox and Google Drive for actual storage. I'll put something up there, like if I'm like, okay, like I know that whenever I'm traveling or whenever like I might need a thumbnail template. So I might keep the PSD uploaded to Google Drive. I might keep some fonts in Google Drive. I might keep enough stuff on Google Drive to where if my laptop, if my phones, if my iPad, if they disappeared tomorrow, I could go buy a new iPad or a new phone or a new laptop and a new phone, and I could download certain assets from Google Drive that would allow me to start over. I've still got my thumbnail templates. I've got the fonts that I use. I have my little intro. I have my logo. I have all that stuff up on Google Drive, but actual content, external hard drives for everything. Everything. Hey, Josephine, how you doing? Hope you were doing well. And next question from Jeremy Deegan, who says, do you have a resource list or guide for the best equipment for traveling and shooting video on an iPhone? I'm looking for great quality with a small foot stamp, and I can take it with me as I travel the world. That's a great question, and I'm actually in the process. I've got it about half finished. It's going to be a gear guide for that sort of thing. But I can tell you this. You've got your iPhone. You're good there. And I'm going to have to move this and show this to you. Hold on. I'm going to move a couple of things. So my favorite grip, and I've got my microphone attached to it, and this might make the audio sound staticky. So my favorite grip is called the Switch Pod. Let me remove this 1 second here. So this is the Switch Pod minus this part, right? I screwed this part on for the microphone. And the way it works is you can take your phone mount and you can screw it into the top like this. And it's hard to do with one hand because the bottom is spinning. And then what you have, I can't do it this way. What you have is an excellent grip for vlogging. And it extends and you can set it down as a tripod. Now, Switch Pod also they sell a ball head. The ball head screws onto the top, and then you put your mount on the top as well. And you can add a DSLR to this or a phone or whatever. The ball head will allow you to pivot the phone or your camera to get the right angle that you want. So if you sit this down and the angle doesn't match, then you can adjust the ball head and that will fit. It's very lightweight. I travel with it everywhere. So I've got my iPhone. I have the Switch Pod. You're going to need a ball head and some sort of a mount. And then it's up to you if you want to use a microphone or not. Now, I don't know what type of content that you're actually making. I'm going to add this on the screen for a while. And I just realized I didn't have my banners going. So hang on, everybody. Banners, where are you at? Banners. We're going to show the banners. There we go. Make sure. So I'm going to make sure it didn't mess up my audio. A lot of times when I move my microphone live, it starts getting crackly. So a ton of options for microphones. This is the Rode VideoMic NTG. It's a great microphone. It's USB, or you can plug it into a DSLR, into your computer, into your phone. It works on everything. Sounds good, but I don't recommend it for traveling. It has, I'm going to lift it up one more time. It has these plastic shock absorber here, right? And when you're shoving this into a suitcase and you're trying to travel, it's only a matter of time before you snap those off. So I recommend this microphone if you're not throwing it in a suitcase. Yes, Jeremy, that is Pat Flynn's. Let me get back here. Pat Flynn made this, and Caleb Wojak. I highly recommend it. This goes everywhere. It's totally flat. It's lightweight. The ball head is small. All you have to do is get some sort of a grip for the top. And when you're getting a mount, I recommend getting one. If you're going to get a microphone, and I wish I had one to show you. If you're going to get a microphone that slides into a hot shoe, then get one that has a cold shoe. Then get one that has the little cold shoe thing here so you can slide it into. However, for traveling, I don't know, these shotgun mics, I probably wouldn't recommend this for traveling or any type of larger shotgun microphone, because when you're shoving them in a suitcase, it's easy to break them. What I would recommend, however, is Rode makes them, and I don't know what your budget is, but I'm going to type it into, that's right, Team Flynn for the win. It's called the Rode Wireless Go. So Rode makes a wireless system. It works with your phone, works with the DSLR, works with the computer, and you can clip it onto your shirt, onto your backpack or whatever, or you can connect one of their lavalier mics to it as well. So you can hide the receiver in your pocket, then run the lapel mic up your shirt and clip it here, or you can just use the receiver. It has a microphone built into it as well. But that gives you a wireless solution. They're not cheap, but if you're talking, you just want something that works great for traveling, that works well. And if you get the lavalier edition onto it, you can just plug that directly into your phone. So if you're like, hey, I don't need to use wireless right now, I just want to bare bones go with the phone, then you can use the lavalier microphone with the dongle. You have to put the Go Apple, right? You have to get the dongle to connect it into, and then it will just plug directly into your phone. You don't have to use the Rode lavalier mic, though it is good, the Smart Lav Plus. You can get the Boya BYM1 lavalier microphone. That should also work with the Wireless Go. It's around $20 with a 6-meter cable. It's huge. The Smart Lav Plus, I believe it's a 3-meter cable or less. They both sound pretty close to the same. So in terms of traveling, yeah, you get your iPhone, check. I wouldn't worry about a wide-angle lens, especially if you have one of the newer phones, iPhone 11, for example, or the iPhone SE. Use the rear-facing, the 0.5 lens. It's the wide-angle lens. You are going to be in the shot. Turn the phone around. You don't have to use your selfie camera. You're going to get some image stabilization built in. Turn it around. You will be in the shot. Stick it on the switch pod. Go out and vlog. Do whatever you're going to do. Perfect travel situation. And by the way, if you're curious about any of that, send me a tweet or something like that. I'm happy to go into it a little bit more in detail. You like the size and versatility of the Rode Go. Yeah, it's a solid microphone. Solid. I know people who have it. I don't have it. I'm probably going to pick it up in the near future once life gets back to normal. I don't have it. Rode actually sent me this one. They sent me this one to use, the NTG, the wireless mic, video mic NTG. I always forget the name. They sent me this one, which is really cool of them to do. And I was gonna hold off to see if they would send me the Wireless Go as well, but they haven't. So I will purchase it for myself. Let's see here. Next question. I hope that answers your questions. But reach out. By the way, anybody in the chat, if you ever have questions about gear, reach out to me on Twitter. I'm the most active on Twitter. Just remind me, hey, I was in your live stream. Hey, D, I was in your live stream. I had this gear question. And then it kind of recenters me and it knows, okay, you were hanging out in the live stream. I told you to tweet me. So, all right, next question. Oh, and by the way, my resource site should be online fairly soon as well. I'll make a tweet about that and probably post it in the community feed when that's ready. It's about half ready right now. Next question comes from Thai-tastic. When are you coming back to Thailand? Yeah, no idea. No, Thailand shut down. Mexico shut down. My flight from the U.S. back to Thailand has canceled I don't know. I don't even know if I have to. I don't know if I can even get a new ticket. I'm on a EVA Air. I don't know if they're gonna. They said that they're gonna reissue, but who knows? Who knows? Next question from Vielist. Can't pronounce your name. For what is my goal? I want to build a community. So my question is for Androids. There's not a lot of resources for YouTube. What are the best? I do KineMaster, but I hate their watermark. Also, how can I get MacBook Pro for a decent price because I'm starting to save up? I cannot help you on getting a MacBook Pro for a discount, a decent price. I've never purchased, well, I can't say never. Lately, in the past decade, I haven't purchased a MacBook Pro. Maybe Doug Houston, who's in the chat, can help you with that. And I also don't know what country you're in because that's going to make a difference. In terms of Android, KineMaster is probably the best one out there for Android currently. They do have a watermark. If you can't pay to remove the watermark, then check out VN or check out VLLO. Both of those are free. One of them, it might be VN. It's either VN or VLLO. I always confuse them. They put like a 2-second or a 3-second little thing at the very end of your video. So there's no watermark on your actual video, but when it's over, they might put a little 2-second thing on there. Next question, 10 cc's of gaming. I have both my tablet and my game console. There's a lot of new games coming out on the PS4, and they are mostly sequels. I'm currently playing the game, and it doesn't have a sequel. I'm wondering if I should upload every day and disregard my Tuesday and Friday upload schedule until my college reopens and classes resume. Okay, so yes and no. For gamers, actually, let me. Hey, Scully, how's it going, man? I'm coming in hard this year. I love that. For gamers, I know a lot of gamers, they upload every single day. And every time you're uploading a piece of content, you're uploading a piece of content and you're increasing the chances of somebody noticing you, somebody finding you, somebody, wow, this is great content. So, you know, you're putting more fishing hooks in the water, so to speak, right? Instead of fishing with 1 pole or 2 poles, you now have 7 poles in the water, 7 different types of bait in your fishing. However, if no one's responding to your content, if you're not getting anyone responding to your content at all, then I would think about, okay, maybe I should dial back my upload frequency and start focusing on making better videos, making a better thumbnail, focusing on better topics. Let me get noticed first. Kind of refocus, try to get noticed, and then you can increase and go back to the frequency. In terms of should you do it or not, I would look at where your traffic sources are coming from. If your traffic sources are coming from search, or your traffic sources are coming from suggested, yeah, you can try it. You can try it and upload daily if you want. Just make sure that it's quality. I don't believe in uploading lower quality over quantity, or I'm sorry, quantity over quality. I'm always going to go for quality, but try it and see, right? I don't know what your stats look like. I don't know what your channel is doing. I don't know how people are finding your videos. But if you're curious if you should do something or not, try it. Test it out for a month and see what happens. Always test it. Pat Flynn and I may go fishing. Anybody? I would love to go fishing with Pat. I briefly met Pat at Vid Summit last year. So yeah, funny story. So last year, I'm at Vid Summit, and we're getting ready to go live. I was speaking with my brother and I. We were up on the big stage. My first time giving a presentation, so I was super excited about that. And we told Daryl Eves, he puts on Vid Summit. It's his baby. And he does these giant 24-hour live streams, around the clock live streams on his channel while Vid Summit is happening. And we told him, we want to take your live stream onto stage. First of all, we want to be behind the stage, behind the scenes before we go live. And we're going to bring everybody on stage with us when we go on to our stage to talk. And we want to get, audience involvement. And what we did is we ended up bringing the camera on stage, and we had the audience cheering to let people know who are watching live that they needed to come to Vid Summit next year. To reverse, we had to get that from Daryl. Now, if anybody's been to Vid Summit and they've tried to communicate with Daryl, he's in a million zones at the same time. And it's because, this is his baby. He's trying to juggle a million things. So we first had to track down Daryl, who had the streaming device. and it had been turned off. So I had to track him down. And then I come to find out he is in the green room. He's in the behind this, backstage room with Mr. Beast. So it's Mr. Beast and Mr. Beast's whole posse, and Daryl Eves in the green room. And it's like security. Like, you're not getting in there. But since I was a speaker, I could get back into the hallway. So in the hallway, it's me and it's a couple other people and Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn was also trying to get back there. I think he was trying to get an autograph from Mr. Beast for his son or something like that. But it was funny because that was my only chance. That was the only time I ever met Pat Flynn, and had a brief conversation with him. But super. Pat's just the best. He's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But it was just funny. Like, here's me and Pat was the keynote. Pat was wrapping up the entire event, but he's also stuck outside the door. Like when Mr. Beast comes in with his crew and Daryl was in there, it's like the door was shut, security was there, nobody was getting in. And then here's me and Pat I'm trying to get the live feed turned back on. Like, we're going on the stage in like 30 minutes and I need the live stream camera, and Pat's a keynoting the entire event and he can't even get in the door. That was pretty funny. But he's great. I remember that, Dee, before you went on, who was filming that. I was holding it. So we had the backpack. We had the live view backpack, which allowed us to go live. So I was holding it and running around. It was Nick and I think it was Nick and Evan Carmichael. Evan Carmichael came backstage as well and was hanging out with us, firing us up before we went on. It was the three of us right before we went on, but there was a delay. So we ended up going on like 20 minutes late or something like that. Yes, he's awesome. I'm disappointed he didn't rock up in a DeLorean. Oh, man, I love it. What is this? Do you have any recommendations for an iPhone? I want to upgrade from Android to iOS. 100 to 200. Not sure what's going on there. Need help? Yeah, May. Grab another iPhone. Get the new iPhone SE. If you're on a budget, get the iPhone SE. Great camera. It's a powerful phone. You can make content with it. It's going to be great. If you have more of a budget, get the new iPhone 11 Pro. I have the iPhone 11 Pro. Hands down, my favorite camera, favorite phone ever. And I almost didn't get it. Ain't that right, Beanie? But I know the iPhone SE, the new one, is like $400, give or take. Next question from Roche Talkie. Roche Talkie. How can I build more views and subscribers? Okay, I already answered that one. So go back and watch that one again. Which is the best to edit videos? Best video editing app is going to be the one that works for your workflow. If you need a green screen, you're going to need a video editing app with a green screen. If you need all kinds of cool extra transitions, then you're going to have to get a video app with transitions. I'm just going to do a quick rundown. You said you're on an iPhone. Check out Video Leap. iMovie is great. LumaFusion is fantastic. KineMaster is great. VN is fantastic. VLLO is fantastic. Filmora Go is fantastic. Adobe Premiere Rush is fantastic. Those are all great. You just have to find the one that fits into your budget, be it paid or free, and you have to find the one that has the features that you're interested in. If you're a beginner editor, if you're just getting started, you're like, I don't understand how any of this works. You're on an iPhone, start with iMovie. Once you've figured out iMovie, then upgrade to something like Video Leap or LumaFusion or VN or KineMaster. But just getting started, I'd recommend starting with something very basic. Next question, Doc and Valkyrie. Yeah. He says, how to edit faster and how do you make your watch time go up? Okay, editing faster. Whoa, we've got a new channel member. Jimmy Renz became a new YouTube member. Hey, man, thank you so much. So anytime we do a members live stream or there's anything for the members community, it gets posted on my community feed. You should get notifications because when I post members only content there, I tag it for members and you should get a notification. For some reason that you don't, just check in there once a week or something like that. I'll usually post before I do a members live stream. I put the link in there for members only live stream. I'm actually running late. I should have had one last week, but I didn't get to it. So we're going to have a members live stream probably within the next few days. That's where I look at your channels, look at your videos, kind of give you some advice on where I think you can improve to make your channel better. So thank you for that. Welcome to the Niminati. That's right. Video Leap, VN, Villa, KineMaster, LumaFusion. Nailed it. Exactly. What's that? Destroyed Filmora Go. Filmora Go is good. You know what? Filmora Go is a good app. It's a really good app, and they keep adding improvements to it to make it better. I think it's a great app. So for iOS users, for Android users, whichever, I think Filmora Go is a great beginner's app. It's great for beginners. If you're looking for something more advanced, then you're going to want to get into something like Video Leap, KineMaster, LumaFusion specifically. If you got an iPad, I think LumaFusion is just the best on an iPad. But yeah, Filmora Go, it's great if you're just getting started. I would say that's probably the equivalent for Android users. I think Filmora Go is probably on par with iMovie, probably. Sweeney says, Filmora Go was good for me at first, but now I'm into KineMaster. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's a great starting app. It's great. So iOS users, I think iMovie is the best for just getting started. Then you upgrade to something else, Video Leap, LumaFusion, KineMaster. Android, I think Filmora Go is probably, that's their iMovie. The Poets, thank you, my man. He says, DaVinci Resolve has been amazing for me to edit YouTube and TikTok. Easy to learn, especially with all the how-to videos and free. And it's free. Yeah, so if you have a computer, if you have a desktop computer or a laptop computer, DaVinci Resolve is amazing for a desktop, laptop editing software. It's great. Really good. So it's HitFilm. That's right. Hashtag Niminati. That's what I'm talking about. Into the Sarlacc, man. I don't have that on StreamYard. Anytime you hear welcome to the Niminati, first of all, that's Travis MCP. He made that for us. Amazing job. But I usually trigger that with StreamYard. I mean, Streamlabs. Streamlabs or OBS or vMix. That will be one of the ones that trigger that. I don't have that built into StreamYard, but I should figure out how to do that because it's great. Next question. Oh, your second question was, how do you make your watch time go up? Lots of trial and error. Getting people to watch your videos longer it's a skill that you just, through trial and error. It starts by looking at your audience retention reports for every single video. You can do it on your phone. You can look at your phone, audience retention, you're going to see the graph, and you're going to see where people are losing interest. And you're going to say, okay, why are they losing interest? Is it something I said? Is it something I showed on the screen? And then you have to start looking and say, okay, what can I change? I don't want to do that again because people left when I did that. And it's just trial and error. One video after the next video after the next video. And here's the thing, you might not ever be able to get that completely dialed in based on the type of content that you make. For example, I make tutorials, I make how-to content. My audience retention isn't always the best because, as you can imagine, as soon as people figure out how to do the thing that I'm showing them, they're gone. The only people who hang around, the only people who stick around after the tutorial is over are just, the community members, people who want to hang out and watch the video. They like what I'm doing. Those people hang out. But for everyone else who just came for the tutorial, the second I show them the final step, right? If I'm showing somebody how to add, let's just say something really simple, how to add a drop shadow on Snapseed. The second, I don't even have to tell them it's the final step. By the way, never do that. We'll talk about that in a second too. But if I just add that last step, and as soon as I show them that feature adds the drop shadow, boom, you can see in my audience retention, they're out because they want to go do it for themselves. They don't want to watch whatever I have to say. That comes with the territory. Now, there are some other things that you can do. You don't want to use stop words. You don't want to use words that are going to indicate to people that you're ending the video. For example, like, okay, to sum up, let's go back, to sum up, I want to talk about, you just said that you're summing it up. That means the video's over. In conclusion, you just told them the video's over. And it's that easy. You just told them the video's over. I do that sometimes as well because I know based on my own audience retention that after I show them the final step, they're gone. So when that's over, I might say, and it's that easy. But generally, if you're not doing how-to content, you don't want to give them any verbal indication that the video is coming to an end. I'll even go as far sometimes. Let's say let's say it's a 7-step or 8-step process. I might say step 1, step 2, step 3. Then I start doing the next step and the next step and the next thing you want to do. Because what I don't want them to do is know that I get to number 8. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm telling them it's the 8 steps to do this, once they see I'm on number 8, they know it's the last thing. So I'll start with step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or I might even do step 3, and then I'll get into the next one, the next thing you need to do, and the next thing you need to do. I don't want to give them those verbal cues, because if I said 8, they're gone. But the next thing, it helps some people lose track of that. They might not know what number you're on. All those little things, little tip here, little trick there. Look at your audience retention report for your intro if you have an intro. Test videos without it. Test a whole bunch of videos without your intro. See if people stick around longer. Work on your hook. How you open your video is everything. I think I got a super chat. Did I get a super chat? Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? Oh, we got another. There we go. The Slot Freaks. Welcome to the Niminati. I hope you heard everything that I said before, but if you didn't, keep an eye on my community feed on my channel. That's where I announce things for members. We will have a members-only live stream coming very soon, probably in the next couple of days. And that's where I review your channels, look at your videos, anything you need help with. That's what we do during the member channels. And for those of you who are current members, do you enjoy the members live stream? In case somebody's on the fence about, hey, I'm not sure if I should become a channel member. I know some of you, I've been helping with your channel and getting things tweaked. Did you enjoy those member streams? Type in yes if you do. Because another cool thing that we do is we kind of workshop things as a group. So it's not just my input only. We also input from the group as well. So if you're trying to come up with an idea, you're trying to come up with your value proposition, your mission statement, or you're trying to get feedback on something, we do it as a group. And that can be really powerful because sometimes I might not have, like my advice might not be 100% there, or it's just my opinion based on what I know. But to get in a group format is really, really powerful. Beanie says, I like the intimacy. Yeah, it's great. There's only, a handful of people who hang out there. I can get to all the questions in the chat. It's great. I love being a member. Yeah, thanks for being a member. Yes. I love it. Thank you. All right, next question here. Slot Freaks, who says, hey, D, why do my videos upload to YouTube darker than when editing on my phone? I use a Samsung S10 and I edit with UCut Mobile. Is there a setting on my phone I should change other than changing the contrast or filter when editing? So what you're saying, Slot Freaks, and correct me if I'm wrong, you render out your video on UCut and it looks fine. You upload it to YouTube, and after YouTube re-encodes it, you're saying that it looks darker than normal. Is that what you're saying? If that's the case, I would ask I would say this. First thing I would do is I would buffering. Okay. So yeah, watch that same video on a couple of different devices first. I don't know if you're only looking at it on your Android or you're only looking at it on one computer, but hold on here. I think YouTube process is darker. Yeah, but look at it on a couple of different devices first, because it could be the device you're looking at. Secondly, as Beanie says, sometimes YouTube has a tendency to, when they re-encode things, it can look a little bit darker. If you're finding that it's always doing that, like every single video is coming out a little bit darker, you could compensate for that and just add a little bit more brightness to your video before the final render. But I would start by checking out, into the matrix. I would start by checking out other devices to see if it's darker everywhere. If so, then it's an encoding issue for YouTube. And if it's happening on every single video, then I would adjust for it in brightness. Yes, watching the upload from my phone. Yeah, if you have the, you know what, tomorrow, if you're, well, I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow, but when we come into the next members live stream, have everybody in the chat. So when we do the members live stream, we can drop your video into the chat and then everybody can look at it and we can say, yes, it looks good, or no, it looks dark. Beanie says it does the same for thumbnails. Yes, yes, it does, definitely. I find that for some videos, it makes them look a little bit darker. For others, it doesn't. So it could be something as simple as, YouTube just tweaking their encoder, slight difference. There's a little tweak on here because sometimes it's darker, sometimes it's not darker. All right, next question. Next question is the Cracker Chase. No way. So they came back. This is hilarious. This is why. So the person I gave the shout out to was like, can I get a shout out? And I gave that whole breakdown of why shout outs don't work. They came back recently and asked again if they could have a shout out. So not only were you not here when I gave you the shout out, you have the audacity to come back and ask the second time for a man, get out of here with that. Man. Yeah, this is why you're sucking. This is why your channel's not growing. This is why you're not getting anywhere on the platform. It's because you're wasting the time asking for shout outs and then you're not paying attention. You came in, you asked for a shout out, then you bounced. Then you came back and you asked for, you're not paying attention, man. You're struggling. That's why. Focus on something. Focus. Andrew Can, what's going on, man? Hope you were doing well. Boom. Andrew, I have a new environment, and we've got internet just put in. So I'm solid for the next 30 days. So yes. And let me tell you, that was a very, very stressful 2 weeks for me. So yeah, funny little backstory here. Andrew's asking why he's safe. So, we have a new channel member. Welcome to the Niminati. I really wish I had that sound effect here on StreamYard. Thank you. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on the community feed. That's where we'll be announcing member live streams. So tomorrow Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow, Wednesday, Daniel Patel is going to be streaming on the TubeBuddy channel. That's supposed to be a stream with me and him. However, I'm in Mexico, and I couldn't extend our Airbnb lease. We couldn't do it. Long story why we couldn't, but we couldn't do that. Very strict quarantine methods here in Mexico. You cannot rent property. Hotels are all shut down. So we couldn't extend our stay, which means we were basically on the verge of being homeless in Mexico if we couldn't get to the airport and catch one of the flights. Very few flights going from Mexico to the US. We had to get on one of those flights, nightmare there, but we were on the verge of becoming homeless. But we did find, luckily, we were able to find a new place, and we moved in here day before yesterday, and we just got the internet put in. So yeah, we had a very sketchy situation for a while, but yes, thanks for checking in, Andrew. Back to normal. Back to normal. That was a very sketchy couple of weeks. All right, next question. Consult a blind guy. I'm using Vegas Movie Studio 17 Suite to edit. I love Vegas. Do you know how to make PNG image clickable in an overlay, like the subscribe button? Okay, so you don't add any of those clickable elements on YouTube inside of your video editor. What you do is you upload your video to YouTube. And are you doing it? So you have a desktop, so you have access to do this. So once you upload your video to YouTube, you can add what's called a card. When you go to edit your videos, you're going to see something on the side. Let me see if I can pull this up. One second here. Let me try to pull this up. Let me go into the studio and let me show you where this is at. Now, this is going to be for those of you on a desktop. If you're doing this on a phone and you only have access on a phone, you're going to have to put your browser in desktop mode in order to access this. And there's a lot of pinching and zooming that's involved. So let me see here. Let me go in here. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right. Should be back. I'm not sure what's going on. It keeps, StreamYard keeps kicking my mic off for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. So where did I lose you guys? No, still no good. What? We're good? All right. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, StreamYard just sent me a pop-up that says your mic is muted. No idea what's going on. What's going on, Jeff? Hope you're doing well, my man. So where did I lose you guys? I was showing you how to add a card, and I couldn't see what was going on in the chat. No, it's working. When you shared your screen, as soon as you started screen share, oh my goodness. Okay. I wonder if when I shared beginning of the cards, right as you got lost. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up another phone. So I'm on a laptop right now, and it's getting taxed. I'm running StreamYard. I'm running the screen share. I'm running OBS to pull in so I'm using my phone as a camera to stream with. So I'm running the cam into OBS, and I'm running OBS into StreamYard. I get the mic plugged in. Laptop's getting taxed, so it could just be shutting down. So I'm going to pull up the stream to make sure I don't lose audio again when I do this. So give me 1 second. All right. So now my eyes are on the chat. So if it does go off again, I'm going to see what's going on here. That's right. It's a lot of CPU. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to share this one more time. Let's see. Go back to my screen share. So first of all, we're going to talk about cards. Cards are the little things that pop up here in the corner, the little circle. You can tap on those and it can go off to a video or to a playlist. So let me show you how to do that first. And this is for people on a desktop, because I'm using a desktop right now. If you have a phone, you have to put your browser in desktop mode. Use the Chrome browser. That seems to work the best. Go into YouTube Studio. There's a lot of pinching and zooming that you have to do, but this is how you do it. Screen share, and I got to keep an eye on the chat here to see if I'm losing audio or not. Chrome tab, video details, boom. Okay. And by the way, yes, you can do this on a phone. You just got to pinch and zoom. All right, so we're back in YouTube Studio, and I'm into the video details. I'm going to make sure my audio did not go out. All right, so one thing you want to do is over here on the right-hand side, underneath visibility in the playlist, you're going to see end screens and cards. If you tap on cards, it's going to load up your video. Then along the timeline here, you can add a card anywhere. I like to add a card to the last 25, 20, 15% of the video, but you can add them anywhere you want. Wherever you want to drop one, you place it here in the timeline, and you tap on add card. You can add a video or playlist, link out to another channel. You can add a poll. And Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, but are they not? I think they're getting rid of polls. Did I read that, Andrew? Viper, man, about tech in the house. How's it going, my man? Or you can add a link out to an approved website. All you have to do is go in, tap it, and you can choose the video or playlist that you want to use and drop it, and it goes right here. This little area right here, that's a card that I added. Now, to not have a card, to add an end screen, I'm going to make sure the audio is still there. Okay, poll ads are being removed in July. Okay. So going back to, let's see, close this down, close this tab. 1 second here. We're going to go back. Chrome tab. Okay, now we're going to look at end screen. So we're in the same area. We already tapped on cards. Now you want to look at end screen. If you tap on end screen, this is where it adds the videos at the end of your video. And this is a lot of fun. Works is your videos along the bottom, and you can see the audio track along the bottom here. And you can see down here, TubeBuddy allows you to set this video as an end screen template. So if I build this template and I want to save it in TubeBuddy, then I can add this same template easily as I add other videos, so I don't have to add them manually. So what happens is, so once you move this along and get it exactly where you want it, you come up to video element. Now I already have videos here, but if you tap on video element, it's going to allow you to add a video, and you can grab it, you can resize it, you can move it around, and you can put it wherever you want on the screen. And that's these two videos right here. And you can manually add it and select a video. You can choose most recent upload. You can choose best for viewer, or you can choose the videos that you want, or you can send out to a playlist. Make sure that my, hey, Don Moody, how you doing? Make sure my audio is still good. So in terms of getting people to click on your videos, you don't do that inside the actual video editor. You do this here inside of InScreen. So I don't want to actually make any changes here. So I'm going to discard changes. And that's all done right here with InScreens and cards. And again, to do that on a phone, you can do it. Use Chrome browser, go into desktop mode in the Chrome browser, go to YouTube Studio. You're going to be doing a lot of this, a lot of pinching and zooming and moving around to try to get it to work, but you can definitely do it. Hey, Lily Tree, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Trying to get used to the new InScreen editor. Yeah, I think it's awkward. I also think it's awkward. My mother's son, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you were doing well. All right, next question. We're going to keep powering through those. And by the way, I love Vegas video. If you have any questions about Vegas in general, I use Vegas all the time. Love it. Next question from Tytastic. Again, how to set monetization in Prism Live Studio? How to set monetization? I'm not sure what the question is. How to set monetization? Do you mean to activate super chats? So Prism Live Studio, as far as I know, you can't do anything inside of that for turning things on and off. How I just showed you how to get to your cards and everything. If you're doing it on a phone, use Chrome, desktop mode, YouTube Studio, then go into monetization. So if you're monetized there, you can enable super chats. Now, here's the thing, because I know you're in Thailand, and I know Thailand has not yet been approved for super chats, so it's probably not going to show up there for you, because anyone that's inside of Thailand, if your account is a Thai account, you might not see that option. Or if you have a Thai audience, they might not be able to super chat with you if they're in Thailand, because for reasons unknown, Thailand doesn't have this feature yet. Let me make sure nothing's gone down. Looks like the mods are smacking away. Tytastic, if that's not what you had, if that's not the question that you had, just we follow each other on Twitter, just send a tweet. Next question, Beanie Draws. I always love Beanie's questions. Beanie's questions are just like paragraphs, always. Not a mobile question, but wondering if you know anything about whether constantly uploading to private unlisted, then deleting and adding updated versions as private unlisted for the sake of sharing or feedback with friends, if you think the data would mess with the algorithm, or if YouTube only cares about public data, concerned uploading unpublished videos only to delete later might get YouTube to wonder what's going on here. I don't know. If Andrew Can is still in here, he could probably answer that a lot better than I can. Off the top of my head, I would think that YouTube would only pay attention to what's publicly being seen, because they're trying to find an audience to put your video in front of and all of that. And they're looking at your click-through rate and everything there. But if something is private and something unlisted, I would be surprised if they're, if you're just sharing it out to a couple of people. I don't know. If Andrew's in here, maybe he can chime in on that one. He's definitely going to be an authority on that. I don't know something that detailed. I've never looked into it. I'm going to see if Andrew is even still in here. We'll see. Yeah, anyway, I don't know if Andrew's in here or not. But like I said, my guess is no, it doesn't matter. But I know Andrew probably has a better line on that than I do. Next question from G. Michael Jr. Is it good to use a website as a way to promote one's YouTube channel, creating blog entries or newsletter articles that may expound on each video? Yeah, if you can, it doesn't hurt. I'm going to see if Andrew chimes in here. 1 second. Hold on, I'm going to read. I need to read something from the chat. One moment here. Consult a Blind Guy says, awesome, thanks. Wasn't sure if there's a regular PNG as a button within the video. I mean, you could add a PNG button, but that's not going to be something they can actually click on. So you could add like a subscribe, some animated thing that comes on, or just a static image that's a transparent PNG. Subscribe now, you can tell them, you can put a call to action, hit the subscribe button, but that image itself is not clickable. That image is not clickable. And to answer that, next question was, oh, is it good to use a website? Yeah, think of it this way. If you want to put a website up, I think it's a great idea because some people still like to read websites and you're getting Google traffic. So if you have a website that's getting views, especially if you're putting in videos, especially if it's getting traffic, people are coming regularly. If you're building your own community on your website, you're getting regular readers to it, then yeah, everything helps. Everything helps. And you're getting a different traffic source. This is going, it's going to come in from Google. But think of how many people are looking on Google and how many people are still reading text. There's a lot of people. Some people love videos, some people love reading. So yeah, if you want to do it, go for it. There's no negative there. One of these days I'm just too lazy to do it. I can't stand writing. I can't stand typing. I would love to take all of my videos, put them in a blog format and just write out the whole video in a blog format, text, here's how you do this step by step. And at the end, have a video for people who want to make the videos. I'd love to do that. Too lazy to do it. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Maybe someday, I don't know. Slot Freaks asks the next question. Love the channel. Thank you. Quick question. Do you think YouTube will bring back the ability to click on a channel and go to that channel during a live stream? Fantastic question. I have no idea. I don't know why they removed it. I've seen multiple people reach out to Team YouTube on Twitter, which is always hilarious because you're going to get the most generic responses for them. They didn't even know it was removed. They're like, hey, have you cleared the cache in your browser? Like, they have no idea what's going on. They're probably outsourced, or it's either a bot or it's outsourced because they never know what's going on. I feel like they may have stopped with all the political lives that are happening to protect channels from commenting to opinion. Yeah, I don't know why they did it. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be. I haven't heard why they've taken it away, and I don't know if it's coming back. I hope it comes back because it makes it easier for me during my live streams to right click. If somebody's like, hey, look at my channel, it's easier for me to look at that channel. Or if somebody's asking a question before I even answer the question. So previously on Homeland, what people don't know is when I'm reading questions out of the chat and somebody's asking a question, I'm also, well, I'm not recently because they removed it, but I'm constantly opening channels. I'm constantly opening up channels because if it looks like the person's not even putting in the work, right? If someone's like, hey, D, I'm following your advice. I'm following Nick's advice. I'm following Daryl's advice and Sean Kent. I'm following everybody's advice, but nothing's working. When I see things like that, I'm always going to look at the channel because 99% of the time, they're not doing any of the things that anybody's talking about. So if I see those questions, I'm going to avoid those if I can see that they're not actually putting in the work. So I wish they would bring that feature back. Flyride, what's going on, dude? There was a woman talking about offering that for $100 a month in Daryl's group the other day. Flyride, what were we talking about? $100 a month? Oh, blog posting. Really? Yeah, I'll have to go back, and I believe I'm in. Are you talking about Daryl's Facebook group or his 30-day challenge group? I'm in his Facebook group. I'm not in the 30-day challenge group. I'll have to go in and look at that. Yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about paying somebody to do it, have them transcribed. But it's everything else that goes with it, right? You've got to, like, if you're running it on WordPress, you have to keep WordPress updated. You want to make sure that the graphics are in there, right? You want to make sure that the images are in there. And if I'm doing a step-by-step for a tutorial, my channel is mostly tutorial-based, that means I've got to take screen grabs of all of these pages. I got to build them in. Follow me? It's not as simple as just like writing stuff out. If it was text only and that was it, I could probably just pay somebody to do it. But because I got to take the screen grabs and I got to work the screen grabs in the correct order, and I got to build the graphics around that, it becomes a thing. It becomes like a big deal. And then I have to think about, okay, the time that it would take me to write out a blog post, I could probably make a video, upload that video, and get tons of eyes on it versus a blog, which might get, 20 viewers, 50 viewers, 100 viewers or something. So I don't know. One of these days, maybe. The 30-day challenge. Okay. Yeah, I'm really excited for everybody in his 30-day challenge. Daryl's a beast, man. He's brilliant. Daryl's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, man, hours and hours worth of work to make it nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't just slop the text up there. Here's the text. It's got to be the text. It's got to be formatted. It's got to look good. You got to have the graphics, the images. You got to have the screenshots. You got to have all that stuff. That's why I haven't done it. But listen, if all I had were videos where I was just me talking, just talking, you know, it's opinion pieces, or I'm just talking about something and it wasn't graphic heavy, I would have already done it already. It's a lot of work. Doug says, I do short blog posts and point to my videos and embed. Okay. I'm obviously lazier, Doug. I'm the lazy one. I'm the lazy one. All right, next question. Oh, yeah, okay, we already tackled that one. 78. On the menu, cooking with Roger and Gabby. Ask the question. I'm using Filmora 9 and I'm struggling with the colors and making my images sharp on the green screen. You need to go subscribe immediately to Daniel Battelle. You know what? If you're not, you know what? I'm just going to drop this in right now. So hold on. And anyone who's editing on Filmora 9, I'm going to drop this link into the chat right now. Daniel Battelle is the master of Filmora 9. So if you're using Filmora 9, go subscribe to Daniel Battelle's channel. Also, Daniel's channel membership, he does a lot of deep dives into YouTube channels. He does a lot of reviews there. The battalions, he calls his membership. Brilliant. He does a lot of consulting for YouTube and stuff like that as well. Do you have a team that manages your YouTube channel? Currently, I do not. Right now, I do everything on my own. I can do everything on my own with YouTube. The only thing that I kind of gets out of my hands are comments. Around 50,000 subscribers, I lost control of my comments. Prior to that, I tried to reply to everybody. Now the comments, you know, scaled across, I don't even know how many videos I have, say 150 videos. And some of those, you know, I'm getting 50,000, you know, between 45 and 50,000 views every 48 hours. Just hundreds and thousands of comments are just piling into my channel. And I've lost track of them. So what I do now is if I can't reply to somebody, I've probably got 1,000 comments to catch up on, even for just leaving a heart. I'm way behind. So I lost track of my comments. Yeah, around 50,000 subscribers. And I want to reply to everyone. I try to give everyone a heart, but they're coming in so fast. It's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, comments are tough for sure. It's time consuming. It's very time consuming. You know, I appreciate everyone who leaves a comment. And here's something that I do. Here's something that I always do. When a video is not scheduled, okay, when a video is scheduled and if it goes live at 7 a.m., I'm usually sleeping. So that the comments that are coming in there, I'm not going to get to them immediately. But if I publish a video and I'm awake, I will sit there for the first, you know, hour or 2 or 3 hours and answer every single comment that comes in for the first 1, 2, or 3 hours. After that, then I have to juggle them and get back to them when I can. But when I schedule a video, then I have to wait till I wake up to actually come in to answer the comments. Come on, set aside some time. Yeah. I think last month when I got my YouTube report last month, because you get, you know, this is how your channel's doing. I believe I had like 19,000 comments last month, something like that. 19,000 comments or 15,000 comments. It was something insane. You know, getting close to 20,000 comments in a month. That's a lot of this. You know, and that's what I use TubeBuddy for. TubeBuddy's great for canned comments, right? Canned comments where I have to drop a link. So people say, hey, I've hit 1,000 subscribers, but I can't live stream. Why can't I live stream? The first thing I'm going to tell them is because you haven't verified your channel. And instead of me going and copying and pasting the YouTube link inside of the YouTube app, you can do it with the desktop too. I've created a canned comment that says, you need to verify your channel before you can live stream. Here's a link to it. It takes 24 hours. I explain everything. Then I just grab the canned comment, hit that, it posts right to the comment, and I'm off and running. Is Nick Nimmin your brother? He is. Yes, he is. He's my younger brother. We're four years apart. He is Nick's older brother. Yep. I'm the elder. The elder. Dan is the evil twin. Yes, he is. But Dan's the best of us. You know, Dan is probably the better brother all the way around, but he's the one you got to keep an eye on. You never know what he's going to do. Camping with Clammy. Do you think scheduled videos are better? Scheduled videos are better if you're not awake. If I don't, okay, so you need to know when to upload your videos. And YouTube has a great new feature for that. If you don't know about this, go into YouTube Studio, go into Audience, and inside Audience, you're going to see the best times to upload. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I thought you were his dad. Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. I hope you're serious. I hope you're serious on that. That's hilarious. I mean, I know I look older, but come on. That's great. I thought it was his dad. I love it. I love it. So inside YouTube Studio, go to Analytics, and you can see when your audience is online. This is an experimental feature by YouTube. Let me see if I can show you how to do this. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. And by the way, let me share this really quick, because I was talking about Daniel Battelle. Let me show you his channel. Just this guy right here. This dude right here, I believe he's also in the band Slayer, if you guys are familiar with Slayer. But yeah, I mean, he just absolutely crushes on Filmora 9. Just crushes. He's doing all kinds of cool videos on Filmora 9. All right, so let me go in here 1 second. And I'm going to find... See, here's the thing with uploading. You want to upload at the right time to make sure that your audience is going to see your upload. And it also kind of depends on your traffic sources as well. Like if you're making videos for search traffic, you're making evergreen content. I mean, it's great to get that velocity out of the gate, but your videos are going to do well later on as search picks it back up. But if you're trying to get, recommended and that sort of thing, then it's definitely important. So give me one moment here, and I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to make sure that I can get this. Okay, so if you go into YouTube, tap on Analytics. Oop, I'm not sharing my screen. All right, so everybody has access to this. Go into YouTube Studio, come down to Analytics, then tap on Audience, and it says when your viewers are on YouTube. Now, this is an experimental feature, meaning it's not exact science and you might not keep it. But what it will do is it will tell you the darker the purple when your viewers are online. So as you see today, what is today? I don't know, today's Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday my time because it's after midnight. So if I were going to upload a video today, right? It's nighttime here. It's 12:30 a.m. So it's Wednesday morning here. If I were going to upload a video, I can highlight down here. I'm going to skip this one right here. And I'm going to go up to where it says 4 a.m. Many of your viewers are on YouTube. And you go up to where it gets a little bit darker and it says 7 a.m. Very many of your viewers are on YouTube. So I'm looking at the darker purple when very, very many of my viewers are on YouTube. But I'm not going to upload at 7 on this particular day. I'm going to upload a little bit before. So I might actually upload at 5 a.m. or maybe even 5:30, or I might even upload at 6. I want to catch them as, how do they word it? Many of your viewers are on YouTube. So I want to catch those people, and I want to catch the other people as they're waking up. And I'm just going to ride that wave of people getting on YouTube for the day and then watching my content throughout the day. Now, 7 a.m. is generally my sweet spot, give or take, right? I might upload at 5:30 or 6 or 6:30, but I want to make sure that I have a video in place generally around 7 a.m. And when I don't do this, when I miss that 7 a.m. mark, so if I upload at 4 a.m. or if I upload at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., right? If I miss that little window, that can mean the difference between getting an extra 1,000 views or an extra 500 views within the first 24 hours. So it's very important that you upload at the right time. You don't want to upload in the middle of the day. You've missed out on hours. You've missed out on absolute hours. So in terms of making sure you upload at the right time, this is incredibly important. And if you're not uploading right before your members, right before your viewers are coming online, you're missing out on views. You're absolutely missing out on views. And I know El Jefe knows what I'm talking about. He says, I've been doing this for 2 years now. Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. And again, upload a little bit before, right? The wave's just starting. You want to catch it. Think of it in surfing terms, right? The surfers go out, they see the wave coming, they lay flat on the board. The wave's coming, they start paddling and start paddling and start paddling. The wave's starting to come up, they jump on the board, they ride the wave. Think of it like that. So upload a little bit before. Now, scheduling. If you don't wake up at the crack of dawn like I do, I wake up at the crack of noon. I'm not going to lie, right? I wake up at the crack of noon. So that means when my audience is coming online, I'm asleep. So I'm going to schedule my post at that time. Or if you have something to do, you're traveling, yada, yada, yada. There's a million reasons why you might want to schedule. But if you're there and you can handle it at the same time, maybe you don't have to schedule it. That's entirely up to you. Do whatever it is you need to do. Josephine says, I had that when your viewers are online, but now it's gone. Interesting. Maybe they took it away. It's experimental. It says it down here at the bottom that they're experimental. So maybe it's not working out. I don't know. Hold on here. What is that? Asia Pacific area is like that. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate the share. Next question. Jimmy Renz, who says, are ND filters necessary for a vlog channel using a smartphone? That's a great question. If you find that when you're shooting outside, that it's just too bright and you cannot set exposure, that's where ND filters come in handy. Think of ND filters as sunglasses for your lens. That's all they are. If you walk outside without sunglasses, and everybody knows this, some days you walk outside, your eyes are fine. Normal day, you walk outside, you're good. Some days you walk outside, I don't know why the microphone keeps dropping. We should be all right now. We're good? Yeah. I don't know if this is a microphone problem or if it's a StreamYard problem. I don't know, but we should be good. Yeah. So you walk outside and the sun is just blasting you in the face. Some days it's fine. Some days you're like, I got to put on my glasses. Same thing for the smartphone. If you go to shoot outside and you're like, I can't set my exposure, everything is just too bright, that's where an ND filter comes in handy. I've never used an ND filter for just vlogging, especially with if you have one of the newer phones, the newer iPhones, you have newer Samsung, a newer Android, any of the newer devices, flagship devices. Thanks, El Jefe. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate the super chat. If you have any of the new flagship devices, you're probably going to be fine, especially if you're just vlogging. I've never had the problem. I can go out and I turn it on. Phones love light anyway. And I turn it on and I set the exposure. Sometimes I just run an auto if I'm just vlogging and I just shoot. I don't have a problem with it. But if you're just blowing out highlights, if everything that's white is just blinding white, or you're using an app like Filmic Pro and you're seeing that it's hitting all the highlights and it's blowing them out, then yeah, put a ND filter on. But just for vlogging, you probably don't need it. I've never used it. But if you find if you find that you're blowing your footage out, then put it on. But Josephine, have a good one. I think it's just more gear to deal with. And I think also for vloggers, people are a lot more forgiving. Like if you're in a studio, I mean, I'm just, I'm in Mexico, I'm traveling right now. It is what it is. But if you're like in a studio situation and you're trying to present yourself in a professional way, maybe you're doing online training or something like that, you definitely don't want your highlights to be blown out. You want things to look good. But for vloggers, I think you kind of get a pass. You get a pass as a vlogger because people realize that you just grab your camera, you grab your phone, you're outside, you're just filming on the go. People are a little bit more lenient with that than if you're inside of a studio. Now, if you're trying to make films, short movies, that sort of thing, you're a mobile filmmaker, ND filters are going to come in really handy because it's going to allow you to really dial in that exposure when you're shooting outside under the bright sunlight. And they can do other things too, like it can get rid of reflections in a mirror. It can reduce reflections in water. Reduce reflections anywhere you see reflections. It can reduce those a lot. We're back. All right. Hold on. I think I just saw a question in here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, what if my sub schedules are all messed up? I'm just watching that right now. If it's all over the place, try to find some sort of a pattern. Feel free to take a screenshot of it and send it to me. Send it to me on Twitter, send it to me in a DM somewhere. Just say, hey, what do you think? Send me a screenshot of all the days and let me see how messed up it is. You can probably find a cluster of them somewhere, hopefully, I would think. All right, next question here. All right, we asked that one about ND filters. Domingo Osabel says, how to grow my audience, retention, and subscriber. I already went over that about how to work on audience retention and how to get subscribers. Focus on videos that people watch more of, right? And you do that through trial and error. You got to look at your audience retention report after every video, come back and look at it a month from now, look at it 2 months from now, look at your traffic sources for each one, because different traffic sources are gonna interact differently with your channel. You might find that traffic from search gives you a higher click-through rate on your thumbnail than if it's traffic coming from suggested or traffic coming from recommended. So you need to look at your traffic source. But in terms of subscribers, focus on making great videos first. Focus on making great thumbnails first and having good topics or good things that people can have conversation about. If you focus on those things and you get really good at that, subscribers are going to come. Audience retention, it's a lot of trial and error. You have to look at the things that you did wrong, look at the reports, look at where people leave and say, what did I do? What did I say? What did I show? And then try something else. Test it with an intro, without an intro. Test different ways of saying things. Change your hook. Be careful of what you say. Don't use words that let people know that you're going to leave. I talked about this a little bit earlier. A lot of people might say at the end of the video, and to sum up everything that I just said, right? They might say something like that, or in conclusion, what you just done is you just told them the video is ending. They're gone. So little things like that. A lot of trial and error. Hinge herbivore. D, I've been enjoying some reasonably fast growth leading up to 50,000 subscribers. Way to go, my man. But in recent months, it's slowed to a crawl. Interesting. I'm concerned because I may be doing too much of a mix of positive and drama content. How to tell what's going wrong. When I look at the analytics of how my new videos are performing, I'm not losing subs there. Okay, so if you're doing a mix between positive and drama content, let me look at your channel really quick. And I would need to look a little bit deeper into your channel as well, just to get a better idea. But let me just see if I can look on the surface here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and screen share while I've got you up here. Did we lose audio again? No, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Hinge herbivore. Okay, so let me see what you're doing. So, okay, so right out of the gate, here's what I'm seeing. So you've got personal training, vegan nutrition. Okay, that's what you're telling people your channel is about. You're saying my channel is about personal training and vegan nutrition. Right there at the top. This is what my channel is about. So I would say any video that you make that does not have to do with personal training or vegan nutrition, you're segmenting your audience. Now, this might mean that you need a second channel. So if you're finding that, see this one right here, Savage versus Christians, Satanists, as he calls them. I don't know what the content is about. This might be related, but on the surface, and I can see, look, people are into that, right? You got 6.7 thousand views, and people are into, what am I doing here? Let me go backwards. Hold on. There you go. People are into that. So you've put your finger on the pulse of something. So what you need to do is go back and look at all of your videos, and you need to see what people are responding to the most. So inside of YouTube Studio, you can go in and you can sort your videos. Look at the last 90 days. Now, I don't know where you started seeing the drop off, but I would look at the last 90 days and I would look at the videos that they're getting views, that are getting lots of, look at your average view duration, look at your click-through rate, look at your view number for the past 90 days and see if you can see which one of these is getting the most attention. You might find that it's your drama videos that are getting more attention. People love drama. Then you're going to be left with a difficult decision. Do you continue your channel, personal training, vegan nutrition, as is, by peppering in these videos, or do you go back and you focus on what it is that you're doing? I would have to look at your data. I would have to see where you started having your growth. Because when I just did it again. From the outside, I can't sort by 90 days. I can only sort by most popular. So let me close this. So if I go to videos tab, and unfortunately, I can't sort by 90 days here. 90 days gives you a good indication of what's going on in your channel. So if I'm just going back, okay, so you've been going for a while anyway. So all of your top videos, they're all nutrition based. I'm looking through here, just going through. Yeah, so all of your top videos, historically, they're older videos, and they're probably still driving some stuff to your channel, but they're all nutrition based. So I'd have to ask you what type of videos, and I don't even know if you're still in here or not. I would have to ask you, let me see if you're in here. What type of videos were you making? Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, it's the drama stuff. Okay, was it the drama content that shot your subscribers up? Is that the content that shot it up? People love drama, right? That's just all there is to it. So you're going to have to make that decision. If the drama is not related to what you tell people your channel is about, then you're going to have that disconnect. So what could be happening is, yes, it is. Okay, so hold on here. Sadly, my heart's not in that. I was using it as a tool for channel growth to get eyes on my positive stuff. Yeah, so, okay, this is the same thing that I've done with videos in the past. Like, I know that if I do a screen recording video, how to screen record on Android, blah, 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 I know that that video is going to get crushed with views. However, that's not necessarily the best video to make for my channel, right? So you kind of did the same thing, right? It's like, you know the lever to pull. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. You know the lever to pull to get views. And it's important that everybody learns those levers on their channel, because sometimes it's a video that fits perfectly with your channel. Like, if you know the channels to make that get views, it makes more sense to make more videos like that. But unfortunately, it can be very tempting if you have it like Hinge Herbivore here. If you have topics that you know are going to get views, but they're not necessarily in alignment with the direction of your channel, it's tempting to pull on those levers to get those views, to get those subscribers, because you want that number. You want those views, you want the watch time, you want the subscriber count, but you got to think about those people who are coming on, they're not interested in your other stuff. They're there for the drama. So you're going to have to make that decision, man. Like, do you go back to the growth that you used to get and you just keep slugging it out? Maybe take the drama stuff, create a second channel, make a new video, let everybody know, hey, drama stuff, right? you're here for the drama, whatever you want to word it. I've got a new channel, and if you want to do this, if you want to put the drama on a second channel, put it on a second channel, and just keep your main channel for the purposes that you started it. But if you keep doing drama, you're going to get the numbers, but you're bringing in the wrong type of people for your channel if you're not trying to do drama content, right? Personal training, vegan nutrition. That's what you got to think about. When you're getting ready to publish a video, does it have to do with personal training or vegan nutrition in some way? If the answer is no, then you might want to consider not putting it on your channel. What you've done is you've segmented your audience. You have, and I'll just kind of break down a little bit. Slot freaks, I'll get to you here in a second. What you've done is you've segmented your audience. And the way YouTube works is, so if you're making, vegan nutrition videos and you're just getting your normal views on that, right? Then that means some of your subscribers are going to get notifications when they go out. Some people are going to see it when you publish a video, but you're publishing these drama videos and it's hot. People are responding. That's a trigger to YouTube. YouTube says, hey, when he publishes this type of video, people respond, people click. So what's YouTube going to do? They're going to show that video. They're going to show that thumbnail to more people. That's why you're bringing all these new people in, because YouTube says, hey, this video is hot. This topic is hot. Every time he publishes one of these, people come. So when you publish one of those, it goes out and YouTube shows it to more people. My guess is if you go look at your impressions on those, if you look at your impressions click-through rate, not the click-through rate itself, but the actual impressions, how many people it actually got shown to, it's probably a lot higher than the videos that have to do with your recently for vegan nutrition. So what's happened is you segmented your audience. Now you're bringing in all these new people who are getting notifications for your drama content, right? Because they're into it. So you make a new video, they're getting notified. YouTube's putting it in front of all new people. You're bringing all these new people in. But the people who are there for your exercise, they're there for your vegan nutrition, they're not into it. They're not getting notified. And when they're not watching your drama videos, every time they don't watch one, that's another signal to YouTube that says this subscriber is not interested in the content that he's making right now. And that increases the chance of them not being notified when you upload a new video. So you're shooting yourself in your foot in multiple areas here when you're making content that doesn't fit with your channel. So you have the difficult decision to make, right? Do you go for the views? Do you go for the subscribers and bring in a totally different group of people? Then it's going to change the direction of your channel. Or if your heart's not into it, then you're just going to have to stop doing that and go back to your roots. And you might find that it's going to be an uphill climb to build that momentum again because you've segmented your audience so much. It'll come back. What you do is just go back and look at the videos within the last 90 days. Look at the health videos, the vegan videos within the last 90 days and see which one of those did the best and just make more videos like those. So that's what I recommend. Slot freaks, off topic. I need to know how good or what's the best street food you've had in Mexico. I'm not big on street food. I'm into restaurant food. I love restaurant food. I live in Thailand. I don't eat Thai street food that much. I love street food when it comes to desserts and snacks. I'm not big at watching somebody just like cook up something and make it. Desserts and snacks all day long. Restaurants, yeah. But man, yeah, I've had some really good chicken quesadillas, amazing guacamole. Yeah, good stuff there. Not a big street food eater. I've learned my lesson eating street food. I've done a lot of traveling, like over the years. Like, man, I've been traveling for like 30, almost more than 20 years. Yeah, I've been traveling for, like to Cambodia back before people would go to Cambodia. Or, like remote parts of Brazil and remote parts of Colombia back before tourists went there. Venezuela back in like, the 1990s, remote parts of Venezuela. I've done some crazy traveling and I've learned from like getting sick and getting like E. coli poisoning and dysentery and all this stuff. I've just kind of like weaned off of street food. Gotten some pretty nasty illnesses from traveling. Thanks so much. That's what I feared. Yeah, man, it's tough. I struggle with the same thing. I know videos that will bring in the views, but those aren't necessarily always the best views for my channel. I mean, for me though, it's still mobile related, so I get a little bit of a pass with that. But for you, you're bringing in a totally different audience. You know, that's a tough choice that you've got to make as a creator. Good luck, man. Reach out anytime you got questions, man. Always happy to help. Back to the drawing board. Yeah. I mean, you got it. You know what I mean? Just keep doing what you're doing. Refocus. Think about things that work, things historically that have worked in the past, and just keep on going. Cool. That's why I asked. Yeah. The thing is, I don't have an iron stomach. I have a friend of mine. He can eat anything. I've seen him eat things that would make a billy goat puke. He would eat anything, anywhere. Street food, cook raw, didn't matter. Stuff that would be sitting out with flies on it, didn't care. He'd eat it. He never got sick. I'll eat like one thing, and I'll end up in bed with like E. coli poisoning for like 2 weeks. Hench is ripped. Yes, he is. He is ripped. Next question. Gonna nail a couple more of these. Next question from my Elizabeth, who says, any apps on Android that can do whiteboard animation? And many not in what? Whiteboard animation, and not that many people know of yet. I've never looked into whiteboard animation on a phone. I wish I had an answer for you. If somebody in the chat knows how to do whiteboard animation on a phone, I'm all ears, and Mai would love to know. I've never looked into it. I will look into it. Yeah, never even thought to look into that. Swiss YT asked the next question. How do I improve my watch time? I've covered that one already. Rise Adrian says, how do you get people to like your videos and not click off your videos? Okay, you get people to like your videos by making valuable content. Make content that people enjoy, make content that people like. And you can also say things like, if you learned anything in this video, if you had a good time, be sure to hit this like on the way out, right? It would mean a lot to me if you hit the like button. That lets me know that you enjoyed the video. There's a million different ways to frame it, but just ask them to like it if they enjoyed the video. Put that towards the beginning of your video. Let's say within the first 25% or so, because people are going to start to leave the longer your video gets. So if you save that towards the end, there's going to be fewer people who hear that. So you can ask it at the beginning. You can also ask it at the end. Just remind them, hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. In terms of not clicking off the videos, you just have to improve your skills at being better on camera. You have to become a better communicator. You have to become a better storyteller. You have to become better at speaking to the person on the other side of the camera. Trial and error, practice. That's what your audience retention reports are for. It lets you know when people are leaving the video, when people are losing interest. And those are when you start seeing those drop-offs, you have to go back and look at your video and say, why are they leaving? Why are people leaving at this point? What did I say? What did I do? Then you go and look at your video and you say, okay, I showed this, I said this. Then you don't do that again. You try something else. It's a process. It's a process, and you might not ever get it perfect. It's always a process. Next question from Begord. Why does a lot of YouTubers clickbait? Because they don't have any choice. People clickbait because they want views. People clickbait because they're just clickbaiters. People clickbait because they don't have the follow through to actually get viewers on their own. They have to clickbait in order to get those views. The question is, and here's the thing, it's only clickbait, but I don't care what the thumbnail looks like. I don't care how clickbaity it looks. It's only clickbait if the video doesn't follow through with what the thumbnail and the topic said. So you can have the most outrageous thumbnail, the most outrageous title that looks the most clickbaity thing that anybody's ever clickbaited in the history of clickbait. But as long as the video actually follows through with what it says in the thumbnail and the title, it's not clickbait. It becomes clickbait the moment the thumbnail says something and the title says something, and it has nothing to do with the video. They're just trying to get you to click to give you something else. And I guarantee you for those types of videos, hey, I'm clicking on this because, this looks like this car is going to crash into this kid in a stroller, and you click on it and it has nothing to do with that. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to kill their audience retention. And that's a signal to YouTube that, hey, people aren't digging this video. So it's risky. It's risky to clickbait. Very risky. Next question. Swiss YT again. Shout out, please, sir. I will not, sir. Next question from Z Elite. How much video and time will it possibly take to get to 1,000 subs? I have no idea. How many times are you uploading? What type of content are you making? How good are you? What's your skill level? What's your click-through rate and your thumbnails? Every single person on the platform is on their own journey. We're all growing at our own speed. It might take someone else a single video to get 1,000 subscribers. It might take you 500 videos to get 1,000 subscribers. It might take you 5 years to get 1,000 subscribers and somebody else 5 days. It completely depends on the content that you make and how you package the content. My question to you is, what's so important about 1,000 subscribers? Are you trying to live stream with 1,000 subscribers? Well, if you do it on your phone, you don't need 1,000 subscribers to live stream. I show you how to do that on my channel. So this magical 1,000 subscribers that everybody's holding on to, I don't understand it. Why do you need 1,000 subscribers? Is it to get watch time? Okay, well, if it is, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. 2 things for being monetized. But here's the thing. Most people don't make a lot of money with ads unless they get a lot of views, or they're in a niche where you get a higher CPM. If you're doing business coaching, car content, that sort of thing, you're going to get a lot more money for ads than the average YouTube channel is going to get. So you need a lot of views generally, or you have to be in the right niche in order to get a lot of money for your ads. So to get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time just to get monetized, that's cool. But I recommend finding other ways to monetize your content because you're probably going to be disappointed with the ad revenue that you get. Hope that makes sense. Camera looks great today. So yeah, for anybody who's wondering, well, first of all, I don't have any lighting other than 3 ceiling lights. I'm in the new apartment here, new condo. So the lighting isn't the best. I'm using my iPhone, Doug. I'm using my iPhone 11 Pro as a camera, and I'm piping it in that way. It looks nice and clear on here. Let me see. I actually haven't looked at the stream live yet. I'm just seeing how it looks on StreamYard. I'm actually going to go in right now and look. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. I wish StreamYard would allow us to upload at like 1080p or, a higher frame rate or something like that, but they don't. It is what it is. D, any mobile slide deck app you know of? No. Sorry, my man. If I come across any, I'll let you know. I know it won't sound very Mexican, but La Paz's hot dogs are kind of famous. I haven't eaten hot dogs since the pandemic thing. So is there a place? So those of you who don't know, we're in the same city. El Yard up here, he's in the same city. He actually saw me we were grocery shopping yesterday, and he didn't say anything. He said something afterwards in the story. Where's the best places to get hot dog? I will eat a hot dog. I generally don't eat that sort of thing, but I will eat a good hot dog. Yeah, let me know where to get a hot dog. Remind people to click the like. Yeah, you can remind them to click and like. Tell them to subscribe. But also, if you're going to ask people to subscribe, don't just say, remember to subscribe to my channel. You don't want to do that. You want to give them a reason to subscribe to your channel. For example, and I use this example all the time. I'll tweak it a little bit. Let's say I made a video on how to live stream with your phone, right? Top 3 apps for mobile live streaming. That's the title. Top 3 apps for mobile live streaming. So what I'm going to say in my video and in my end screen, what I'm going to show, so it's going to be similar. It's going to be relevant content. So what I might say is, if you want to learn even more about mobile live streaming, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos that will help you become a better mobile live streamer, right? I told them what they're going to get if they subscribe, and I made it relevant to the video that they're watching. That's going to increase the chance that they subscribe. Then during my end screen and during my cards, I'm also going to link to videos that are relevant to the video that I just made in one way or another, something that I think that they might like, or I'll link out to one of my hottest videos that just people always click on, right? Really high click-through rate, really high audience view duration. I know that no matter where I put this video, people watch it. So I might stick that in there as well. So at the end screen, and I've been doing this a lot with Video Leap because I've been building out a Video Leap playlist. So I make a video on Video Leap. then at the end of that video for my end screen, I'm going to put links out to Video Leap. And what I'm saying at the end of that is I'm saying, if you want to learn even more tips and tricks on how you can be a great editor with Video Leap, tap on either one of the videos showing on the screen right now. Both of these are Video Leap tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video, right? I told them what those videos are, and I told them to click on those videos, right? If by keeping everything relevant, it increases the chances that they're going to click on those videos. And if I did the same thing for a call to action to subscribe, I would put that earlier in the video and make that relevant to the video as well. And you can also do things. So let's go back to the video where I said top 3 mobile live streaming apps. If I'm wanting to drive comments to my channel, and I don't have extra time right now, so I haven't been doing that much, but if I wanted to drive extra comments, I would say something like, if your favorite live streaming app didn't make this list, go down and tell me what your favorite live streaming app is, and I'll look into it for a future video. I do read every single question and comment, and I reply to as many of them as I can. And when this video is over, I'm going to go down there and reply to your comment, right? I asked them a question. I took out that barrier of people having to say, what should I comment about? Right away, hey, did your live streaming app not make the list? Go down and tell me what it is. It gives them a reason to go down and leave a comment. And I let them know that I'm going to read it, and I'm going to let them know that I'm going to comment on it. That drives engagement. That drives people down to leave comments. Same thing works for likes. Same thing works for people subscribing. You just have to give them a reason. It has to be relevant to why they're there in the first place. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? My slogan is exactly what the doctor prescribed. Is that a reason for them to sub? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Because you're not giving them any value. You're giving them a slogan. A slogan is not value. You want to add value. You want to add value before you, in any call to action. If you want them to like, if you want them to leave a comment, you want them to subscribe, you want them to watch the next video, you have to tell them what's in it for them. People are coming to your videos to get what they want out of the video. They come to your channel for reasons for them, right? It might be because they like you as a creator. It might be because they like the content that you're making. It could be because you just happen to have a solution that they're looking for. If you have a YouTube channel, and those of you who do how-to content, if you're solving problems, if you are solving people's problems, and that problem could be, how to get over depression. It could be how to unclog your toilet. No idea why this is happening with the mic. My apologies. Right? It could be how to disinfect your groceries after you come back from the grocery store during a pandemic, how to make, whatever it is. People have problems. People have questions. People have needs. If you can create a channel that solves those problems, that helps them through their needs, or maybe you just make them laugh, right? Entertainment is huge value. Entertainment is enormous value. And those of you who are gamers and you're leaning hard on your charisma, you're leaning hard on you as a creator, right? You're entertaining them. You have entertainment value. If you're a gaming channel and you're teaching people how to beat characters or how to, whatever it is, how to do things, how to get to a certain maze, right? That's value. It's how-to content. Anything that you do to solve problems, to help people along, you're going to win. You're going to grow your channel once you figure out how to communicate better in front of the camera, once you learn how to get your thumbnails together and choose the right topic. So, it's all of that stuff. It all comes back to value, 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 value. So just simply telling people your slogan, zero value whatsoever, none whatsoever. I don't know what type of content you're making. I listen to you all night, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? D, we have run some tests with likes and comments and see absolutely zero impact on thousands of likes versus normal percent of likes and comments. What's your opinion? Hold on. Let me read that again. We have run some tests with likes and comments and see zero impact on thousands of likes versus normal percent of likes and comments? What's your opinion? If I understand this correctly, you're running tests on asking people to like and comment versus not asking people. Is that what you're saying? I think, okay, all of this stuff is a call to action. And I find likes, getting people to like your video, actually click that little thumbs up. I find that to be the hardest thing to get people to do by telling them. I mean, it helps a little bit, but I find it's the hardest thing to get people to do because there's no real value in it for them. In terms of comments, if you're not able to drive comments to your channel, it's because you're asking the wrong questions. You're saying the wrong things. How you frame something is all the difference in the world. That's why some people are excellent salesmen and some people can't sell anything. It's all about how you say things, how you structure things, how you frame the conversation. So if you can't drive comments, you're just saying it the wrong way. You haven't yet mastered that way of saying it to where your audience responds to it. The way I say it might not be the way that your audience responds to it. So you have to find a way that your audience responds to it. One thing you can do, I've read a ton of sales books, tons of books where, how to influence people. There's tons of that out there. There's a great channel called Charisma on Command, a great YouTube channel, how to be more likable, how to get people to do things that you want them to do. There's a lot of information out there. You just have to find the right way for your audience to get them to act. If you're not seeing a difference between asking them to do these things and not asking them to do it, you haven't asked the right way, right? And that's a skill within itself, right? You have to learn how to make a thumbnail. You have to learn how to make the great video, have to choose the right topic, how to carry a live stream, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, you also have to learn how to frame things the correct way. If you're doing pre-recorded content, that hook, your opening hook, telling people what that video is about, showing people what those videos about, doesn't always have to be a verbal hook. It could be a visual hook. Like that's a master within it. That's mastery within itself. That's a skill you have to learn. Same thing for driving engagement. You have to learn how to word things, how to frame things in the correct way. And when you do that, then if you need comments, you can drive comments. Guaranteed. Boom, there you go. Doug, have a good one. Yeah, and there's look, you can research, go to Google, go to YouTube, and there's endless books and videos on how to frame a conversation, how to sell anything, because that's really what you're doing. You're trying to persuade someone through added value to interact, right? You're giving a call to action. You are saying something and you're asking someone to react to something that you're saying. That's an art within itself. So I would say keep experimenting with the way that you're asking. Once you've dialed in the method to get a response, then you start testing with different framing. Like for me, I know there's certain ways I can say things that don't drive a very good response, and there's certain ways I can say things that do drive a great response. But I can tell you this when it comes to comments. People love to give you their opinion. People love to tell you if they disagree. People love to tell you if they agree. People love to tell you if you're wrong. People love to tell you what you left out. People love to tell you that they're smarter than you. People love to give you their opinion. So if you're able to frame that in a way that allows them to say, oh, I'm going to give them my opinion, whatever that could be, they're going to leave comments. So keep trying, trial and error, man, trial and error. It's like everything else. You got to learn trial and error to get the people to click on your thumbnails to get a high click-through rate. The exact same thing applies to calls to action. Begin with the end in mind and work backwards. Yep. What I mean is we want to see if there's a huge influx of thumbs up and comments impact views. Oh, okay. So you're okay. Sorry, man. I misunderstood you. You're saying that you ran tests to see if a lot of thumbs up and a lot of comments drove more views, correct? Okay. In terms of it driving more views, those are engagement triggers for YouTube, but I don't think they're going to be enough to necessarily move the needle in a massive way. You're going to get more views. Like where you're going to see the needle move, two places. One is your thumbnail. The higher the click-through rate that you're getting, and of course, you're going to need a lot of, the more impressions you're getting, the better. But the higher click-through rate is, that's going to move the needle. And the longer your average view duration is, right? Your audience retention report, the longer people are watching your videos, the higher your click-through rate is. That's what's going to move your needle. If you want massive growth, you master those two things. The engagement, like those are triggers to YouTube, but they're not triggers that are going to like seriously move the needle. It's not like, wow, I got 1,000 comments. Now I'm on the front page of YouTube. It's not going to work that way. It might show it out to more people, like, hey, people are engaged, people are interested in this content. They might show it out a little bit. You might get a little bit more love than you would normally get, but YouTube is mainly looking at your click-through rate and they're looking at your average view duration. Those are the two main metrics that you want to focus on. If you want to see massive growth, if you want to move that needle from one side to another, you focus everything on that. Okay, cool. I just see people wasting more times on likes and comments versus see you. Yeah, sure. You should drive people down if you can. If you want comments, here's the thing about comments. You have to think, what is your goal of your channel? Okay, when I drive people down for comments, I do it for a couple of reasons, and this is where your channel goals come in handy. Okay, if you get to the point where you're working with companies, you're working with brands, one of the things that they're going to look at is how engaged is your community. How much engagement are you getting under your videos? If you've got a video with a bunch of views on it, but nobody's commenting, nobody's liking, that's not very attractive to a brand because that means you don't have a lot of influence with the people who are watching your video. But if you've got a lot of views, you've got a ton of comments, your views don't even have to be that high, but you've got a ton of comments. Like, wow, they command comments. They demand, this channel, this creator commands engagement on the channel. That's really important to brands because that shows that you've got an active community. They're interested in what you're saying, be it they agree with you, they disagree with you. That means you have influence over the people who are, to some degree, over the people who are watching your videos. This is an important metric for a lot of brands. So for that alone, if you're thinking about working with companies in the future, it's important to try to build up your comments. It shows that you have an active community. It shows that people are into what it is that they're watching. So that's one thing. But in terms of moving the needle, in terms of growth, no. And a lot of people are driving to the wrong things. Like, hey fam, hey fam, if we can get this to 1,000 likes, I'm going to do what. Nobody cares about that. And people kind of get mixed. They get mixed up on this because a lot of people don't understand how YouTube works as a platform. They don't understand the metrics that YouTube is looking at, right? They're looking at average view duration. They're looking at your click-through rate and your thumbnails. They're not necessarily looking at how many likes that you get in terms of, whoa, they got a lot of likes in this video, we're going to put it on the front page of YouTube. It doesn't work that way. But a lot of people do it to try to build up community, right? The more you can get people to comment, the more you can get them to leave a like, that's just more engagement. It's more interactivity on your channel, and it helps with community building. So it kind of goes back to, what's your channel goal? And if you're going to work with brands, if you're going to try to, in the future, like get sponsored videos and that sort of thing, you want an active community. You want people leaving comments. You want people liking the video. You want people disliking the video. You just want an engaged community. That's very important. But for people who are just trying to drive likes or just driving comments only, that could be their goal too. I mean, you don't know what someone's ultimate goal is. They might be saying, hey, my goal is to work with brands to get sponsored videos, so I need an engaged community. So they're just building in through all of their videos, right? Through repetition, people are going to start to learn, oh yeah, they're going to ask for the like. They're going to do the, oh, hey fam, let's get this to 1,000 likes, whatever they're going to do. Question of the day. That's another great way to drive comments. Some channels will do that. Like, hey, question of the day. And they'll ask a question. People will go down and leave comments. Hope that answers your question. But if you're trying to move the needle, right? If you're like, hey, we're here, I want to get here, focus everything on making better thumbnails and getting people to watch longer and get people to watch more of your content. I'm still live, man. I'm still live. I'm still going, man. Is it a good idea to follow the trends all the time, like in general, not just gaming? Here's the thing with trend following. If you pick up a trend at the right time, you can get explosive growth out of that. However, make sure that it's a trend that's in alignment with your channel. I could pick up any number of trends, right? I could pick up a trend on, hey, something's happening in Venezuela, and I can do some news commentary on something that's happening in Venezuela. And I know how to make good enough thumbnails, and I know how to present well enough to where it might actually do okay and bring in a lot of views, but those aren't the people I want on my channel. So you got to be careful about trending topics. I would only, unless you're trying to blow a channel up that only, if you're doing news, you're doing things like, Phil DeFranco, all he does is trending topics. And if that's your channel, then fine, you're good with that. But if you're normally not about trending topics, I would only choose trending topics that are relevant to the content that you're making, that can add value to the people who are currently finding your channel and watching your content. Hey, Moldy, doing great, man. Basically be interesting and provide value of some sort, no matter if it's teaching how to or something being super entertaining. Yeah, it always comes back to value, man. Value, value, value. And entertainment is value. People love to escape. Right? People love gamers. People love to watch gamers for various reasons: how to beat the game, how to get better at the game. They love you as a creator because you're entertaining. You make them laugh. You're just a fun person to be around. Like, all of that's value. But and this is why I come down hard on gamers who just do watch let's play. Like, man, if the only value you're adding is watch me play a game, you had better be the best gamer that I've ever seen. You better just destroy this game. Otherwise, why would I watch you? Right? And that's always the question to ask. And this applies to any. Yeah, it's an escape right now. Exactly, man. Exactly. And this applies to any channel. It doesn't matter what kind of content you make. Ask yourself this question: why would anyone watch your content? Step away from it, from a content creator. Who cares? Nobody cares that you put so much work into it. No one cares that I spent 6 hours editing my last video. No one cares. No one cares that Sweeney Dunstan had to pull a double shift. And then, right? No one cares that Sweeney Dunstan had to pull a double shift, and then he had to pick up, food for the kids, and the food fell on the ground, and it was 3 hours late to home. And then nobody cares. Nobody cares how hard he had to work to get this done. Nobody cares. They're there for their own reasons, right? So you ask yourself, why would anyone watch your content in the first place? And until you can answer that, you need to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out an answer to that. And if you can make content and tell people why someone would want to watch your content, then you're on the right track. Keep going. Your mom cares. I ask myself why all the time. Yeah. My mom cares. Yeah. Well, you know what? See, you're perfect. You are inspired. Well, first of all, you're making your channel to hold yourself accountable. So first and foremost, you're doing something different with your channel. But secondly, people care for you because you're trying to get them on the same journey that you're on for weight loss. So you're giving people a reason to care, right? So as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get there. But so many people, they don't, it's just, hey, just watch me do something. Watch me play a game. Watch me. I'm going to pick up my kids from school. No one cares, right? No one cares. You got to give people a reason to care. I love that you remember that. Yeah, man. Holy crap. Are you watching me? Man, I got drones everywhere. See, here's the thing, Sweeney Dunstan. Here's what you guys don't understand. Every time someone becomes a channel member, I dispatch a drone to follow you guys around. So I want to know what you guys are up to. So when we do our member live streams, we do these live streams, I know what's going on. So I know, like, Sweeney Dunstan, he dropped his food in the parking lot again. Oh, man. Congratulations, my man. You just gained 70 subscribers in just a week. There you go. That's great. Yep, I'm a gamer, and I try to make funny content instead of just boring Let's Play. You're off to a great start. Like, I don't know why anybody is doing Let's Play. Look, if you're a gamer, and I know a lot of gamers watch this channel, unless you are an amazing gamer, by amazing gamer, I mean you are competition level amazing gamer, or you just suck. You suck so bad that you're funny to watch. I would say it's going to be one or the other. You're either like competition level good, or you suck so bad that you're funny to watch. Like, you're going to be one of those if you're doing Let's Play, because there's a million people doing Let's Play. A million, but millions of people doing Let's Play. You got to give people a reason why. That's where personality comes in. Entertainment value comes in. You're selling it. Oops, wrong one. Selling a Spark drone. My hairstylist cares. Man, I keep clicking on this one. I upgraded my laptop and software. I've been pinning comments and putting links in top of descriptions, thumbnails. SEO, you know, the never-ending circle. Yeah, it never ends. That's the thing. This never, ever ends. You keep uploading, you keep pinning comments, you keep answering comments, you keep adding in screens, you keep adding cards, you keep looking at your audience view duration or your average view duration. You keep trying to improve your click. It never ends. But that's the path we chose. And if you're trying to grow a business, you're trying to grow your channel, you're trying to have more influence, more impact, you're trying to make a living on YouTube, those are the things that you have to do, and it doesn't end. But if you're just trying to have fun, if you're just trying to share links for your family to see, your family and friends, or you're just trying to use YouTube as a free cloud storage, none of that matters. Do whatever you want to do. Hold on, what is that? I love this. Hey, I just noticed you didn't shave. Must be no one wanted to buy your beard. You saw that story. That's hilarious. I don't think they've replied yet. I was thinking about shaving. I'm always on that fence. Whenever I go live, whenever I record a video, I'm always thinking, should I shave? I try to shave before I go live, before I stream, but sometimes I'm just like, Farouk, I've seen you in this live stream. I think the entire time, everything that I've said during this live stream about adding value, choosing the right topics, thumbnails, audience view, average view duration, all of that stuff is going to help you get 1,000 subscribers. And once again, why do you want 1,000 subscribers? Nothing's going to change at 1,000 subscribers. You can live stream on your phone under 1,000 subscribers. If you're trying to get monetized, you still need 4,000 hours of watch time. Don't bother selling your beard. Sell some bath water. Oh, bath water is sold. Sold the bath water a long time ago. That stuff is really popular. Hey, I'm trying to use Placeit, but you have to pay. So they have free templates. Placeit has a couple of free templates for everything that they have. The majority of them are paid. You can buy them for a one-time thing. Hey, I only want this. You can get a monthly subscription, or you can get a yearly subscription and use everything. But if you don't have a budget to do that, then you're either going to use their free templates and you have to search for those, or go to Canva. Go to canva.com. They have more free templates than Placeit. However, the templates don't look as good. So work with what you got. Sold, man. Yeah, absolutely you can. Greetings to you in Egypt. I hope to get to Egypt one of these days. Yeah, so Farouk, man, like all the things that I've been talking about with other people, all of that applies to you in terms of how to get 1,000 subscribers. Make valuable content, focus on making great thumbnails, get people to watch your videos longer. If you can get videos where people are watching them to the end or close to it, YouTube's going to say, hey, people really like Farouk's videos. We're going to show them to more people. Hey, people are really clicking on these thumbnails and they're watching the video really long. We're going to show this to more people. That's how you're going to get there faster. Unfortunately, it's a difficult skill to do when you're first getting started. We all kind of have to learn how to build those skills up, but that's how you do it. I'm working on getting 1,000, but I focus on quality over quantity. Yeah, here's the thing, man. Like, if you're trying to get monetized, I understand. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. If you're trying to go live, you can do that under 1,000 subscribers on a phone. I got videos showing you how to do that. If you're just trying to hit 1,000 for 1,000, here's the problem with that. Once you hit 1,000, then it goes on to 5,000, then it goes on to 10,000, then it goes on to 25. Like, that number is endless. It never ends, and it really doesn't mean a whole lot. You know, I mean, it's easy to say when you have a lot of subscribers, but the actual subscriber number itself doesn't mean as much as the community that you've built around the channels. It doesn't mean as much as the views that you get. Those mean a lot more than that actual subscriber number itself. Thank you for the bath water. The drone will bring it to you soon. Yeah, monetize off of YouTube. Exactly. Find ways to monetize off of YouTube and let your ad revenue just be supplemental income. Now, if you have a channel, you're getting tons of views, or if you have a channel where you're in a particular niche where you're getting a high CPM, that means you're getting paid more for ads. Like if you're making videos about car companies If you're making videos about business and coaching and that sort of thing, you're going to make a lot of money with ads. So you can get lower views and make more money with ads. But most YouTubers have a lower CPM. If you want to make money, share an emoji. There you go. Roberto would be a lot more savage right now. I love Roberto. Love Roberto. I love when Roberto just comes raw and he just lets people have it. But he brings the truth, right? Roberto speaks with so much experience and so much knowledge that it doesn't matter if you like Roberto or you don't like Roberto, you can't dispute that he knows what he's talking about. Roberto's one of those guys when he speaks, you listen. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Had an awesome time. We had some awesome questions. Thanks for the super chat. Welcome to all the new Niminati members who joined. I do appreciate it. Keep an eye on the community feed. Those of you who are still here, who are channel members, we are going to have a members only live stream maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. Keep an eye on that. I will try to do it a little bit earlier. I know I've been streaming later recently, but I will try to be doing that a little bit earlier. Keep an eye on the community feed for that. If you enjoyed yourself, give this a thumbs up on the way out. Those of you who are watching this on the replay, you can ask your questions down in the comments. I will come back and answer them there. So thanks again, everybody, and I will see you in the members live stream, and I'll see you next Sunday for this live stream. Have a good one.